What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to another match day here on Anfield Agenda. As you can see, Jack's looking all professional. He's looking all smexy, looking like he is a professional YouTuber. You love to see it, Jack. Well played.
Yeah, it was a mad rush after work, but everything's set up. Got the missus to thank for this, Craig. It looks good though, doesn't it? It looks very good.
Yeah, we look very professional, mate. You know, it's almost like we have a clue what we're doing in this industry in some ways, mate. You'd be surprised. I'm going to mess around with my colour a little bit because I look very pale. And, you know, kind of Jack looking all healthy and sexy and me looking here like Casper the Friendly Ghost. But, Jack, I'm going to let you, mate, if you can, go through the red starting 11 today for the people who are tuning in because, as expected, lots of changes, but it's still a relatively strong lineup.
Yeah, many changes as expected. The youngsters that we predicted to start are the youngsters that have started. Delightful with some of them, but I'll go through and talk through the starting lineup anyway. So obviously in goal, we knew yesterday it would be Quaveen Kelleher. The young Irishman has become our number 2 recently, hasn't he, over Adrian. Poses the question of why we gave Adrian that new contract in the summer, but who knows? Only the club knows clearly. Right back, Connor Bradley, incredible young talent, really, really good. He plays how we like our fullbacks to play. Incredible crosser of the ball, real good young talent. I'm looking forward to seeing him this evening. That partnership of Gomez and Konate at centre back, which worked so well in pre-season, we get to see that again. I thought Klopp said last week that Nat Phillips would be starting, but he's not. He's on the bench. And then left back is Costas Tsimikas. I predicted that Robertson might get a start today, but no, he's gone with Tsimikas again, who's started the season really, really well. And it's good to see him getting another start under his belt after a disappointing season for him last year where he didn't get to play much football. We're out of the Cups quite early on, of course. Then in midfield, it's Naby, Curtis Jones, and of course, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. For me, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 4-2-3-1 or something similar to that with how with how the lineup looks. And then, of course, we've got Minamino, Divock Origi, and Kaide Gordon leading the line for us. The young 16-year-old Kaide Gordon. There's not really any pressure on this youngster today, but a lot of eyes on him.
There fucking is, mate. There fucking is. I've stuck a tenner on him to score. There's a lot of pressure on Kaide Gordon today, young man. He better put one in top bins, mate. Top bins.
There's a lot of Liverpool fans, though, really looking forward to see young Kaide tonight. 16 years old. We saw him in pre-season. We got him in January from Derby County for peanuts. We'll have to pay them a bit more after today's debut, though. But yeah, I'm delighted for him. He's such a fine young talent. I really liked him at Derby, and I'm loving the fact that we've got him here at Liverpool.
It is, and hello to Mitchell Costello, who's tuning in from California. Early days there, Jack. Early morning. Here's one for you, Jack. I think you like this one. Hang on, where is it? This one. Who stole Jack's bedroom? Where's it gone? Nobody coming out of the attic anymore, Jack. Nobody about to burst in and do terrible deeds. See, I was worried when I had seen the hatch behind you in the bedroom, mate. I was a little bit worried for you.
Yeah, there's no teddy bears or handbags in the background today. It's the rep in the Anfield Agenda. So yeah, I'm just impressed, Craig. It looks a lot more professional, doesn't it? So yeah, we've done a good job here.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we can come across as well as we can. You know, you're going to be doing the new shows. We need to give you the tools that you need to get the job done, mate. So hopefully we have a bit of fun tonight. The only downside is, ladies and gentlemen, with doing this on StreamYard, we won't be able to have a clock on the watch along. So I hope you understand that. But we will sync for you guys as and when necessary. Now, today, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the top corner, we're being brought to you with thanks to Ultimate Fan. Now, my daughter, who has no real interest in football, downloaded the Ultimate Fan app. And today's Tuesday. So what does that mean? Well, it means new pack day. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, bear with me for 1 second. Ultimate Fan is a brand new fantasy football game that combines the concept of a FIFA pack opening with the FPL game experience that we all know and love so well. Once you sign up to Ultimate Fan using the link in the description, which is entirely free to do, entirely free to sign up, entirely free to play, all you have to do is be age 18 or over and a resident of the UK or the Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland, just a resident of the UK or Ireland. You'll also get a free 3-pack game cards every single Tuesday, which lets you add to your available players and put the strongest team you can out. The beauty of this, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason that I love it so much is there's absolutely free to play, but there's 300 grand worth of prizes. And don't worry if you miss the start of the season. Unlike FPL, with this, every single game week, there's a lot of dough to be won. The last game week alone, there was over £8,500 given out in prizes, down as far as 300th place. So again, it's completely free to play. You are able to buy gold and silver packs, but they cap it at a maximum spend of £5 a month, which, look, myself and Connor haven't used any of them yet. My daughter hasn't used any of them. We're just going with the ones that we have. We're going to be making content around Ultimate Fan as well. Let's see if you can beat Anfield Agenda. Let's see if you can beat the team. So if you can, you think you can, go to the app, download it via the link below. It is entirely free. You get your share of 300 grand prize pool in total. As again, just 18 years of age or over, UK and Irish resident, and enjoy. Let's have a bit of fun. Jack, are you getting on the Ultimate Fan bandwagon? Are you ready to get a hiding from Mr. Crosby, who's representing us?
Yeah, I'm not too good at it, mate, to be honest with you. I always forget to open them but yeah, I'm all for it. I've had it downloaded since the start of the season. My team's pretty on the bandwagon, mate. Definitely.
Right, ladies and gents, just because I know that sometimes Jack's audio can pop in and out there with StreamYard, I'm going to go through the team news one more time just for everybody to make sure that we know. Connor Crosby's doppelganger, Queefy and Kelleher, starts off in goal. Connor Bradley, as Jack said, will come in at right back. Canada and Gomez are the centre-backs, with Costas Tsimikas at left back. Then it's Naby Keita, Curtis Jones and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, with Cade Gordon, Takumi Minamino and Divock Origi making up the Red starting 11 today. For those who are going to ask, the game is on Sky Main Event in the UK and Ireland. Again, I imagine it's on DAZN in Canada, probably one of the American networks as well. What are you doing to me, Jack?
Sorry, I thought I could get that working, but clearly not.
I know how to work it. Leave it to me. Yeah. I know what I'm at. I didn't put it up yet on purpose. See, look, this is what we do, mate. This is all we do. Okay. Just add it in like that.
Okay.
It's all right. I've already got the walkthrough from Crosby. He's already given me the walkthrough on how stuff works.
Okay.
But actually on that, so Connor's the tech wizard. I promised him I'd slag him about this, and I am going to. Connor's a tech wizard. Right now, Connor's away with his missus for a few nights. I should say, I was going to say the weekend, but a few nights. So he messaged me earlier on. Then he decided he needed to ring me. And he couldn't figure out how to turn the TV off, Jack. He couldn't figure out how to turn the goddamn television off in the hotel room. And this is the man that's leading our tech, mate. Leading our tech.
Wow. Well, to be fair, the hotel tellies are a joke. And do you ever go inside to a hotel room and you can't find the TV remote anywhere, and then it just appears when you're about to leave? Because that always happens to me.
No, mate. I'll be straight onto reception. I'm like the height of lazy. Where's the remote? It's beside you. Don't care. Can't see it. Come up and have a look, please. Don't know. Either that or I'll be trying to download one of those virtual remotes that works on the TV. One or the other. Jack, what's this? Jack, can you give Craig half your hair along with the green screen? That would be interesting. We could probably work that tech somehow. He's not with his missus. He's playing in goal.
We could try.
That's true. Maybe we're just blagging. Maybe it is Connor that is actually playing in goal. Is there any proof that he's actually away with his missus? It's a fair point.
The proof is in the pudding.
The proof is in the pudding. Right, for those tuning in who aren't aware, because I know a lot of people just come in for match days and stuff, this handsome bastard to my other side here is Jack Gill. You'll recognise Jack if you're a regular on the show. He's going to be hosting a lot of stuff moving forward. We are a team. Jack's going to be doing the new shows. I'm going to be doing most of the match day content. We've got him set up with his green screen. So from now on, moving on, Jack will have the full Anfield Agenda studio for his late night agenda shows. We listen to your feedback as always, folks, and you guys said, it's nice seeing Jack in his bedroom, but it was getting a few too many women excited getting a view of Jack's bedroom, so we decided no, he needs a green screen setup, so we worked that away. There we go. Joanne Fisher with the super sticker. It's now officially an Anfield Agenda watch along. Thank you, Joanne. Hello to everyone tuning in, by the way. Don't forget, drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Jack looks like a young Andy Robertson. A young Andy Robertson. There we go, Jack. I'm sure you'll take that.
I've not heard that one before. I've been called a lot of things in my life, but young Andy Robertson isn't one of them. But I'll take it.
What flavour juice is it? Big question here from Percy. What flavour are you drinking in the Capri Sun?
It's an orange Capri Sun. Yeah.
Did you say Capri?
The green screen,
did you say Capri?
I'm trying to be controversial, Craig. Bring something up before the game. You know, I don't really care about the Carabao Cup, so we'll talk about Capri Suns instead.
See, this is. I wonder if this is just an Irish thing. It's Capri Sun, surely. Surely it's Capri Sun, not Capri Sun.
It is Capri Sun.
Good man. I was wondering if this is just the way we pronounce it over here, like, because, you know, Capri Sun are for posh people, by the way. We have blag Capri Suns as well that, you know, most of us can buy for the kids. You know, they I can't believe it's not Capri Sun. There we go. Jack and his juice pouch is brilliant. Sending light love. Thank you, thank you, Liz. Excuse me. I hope you're well over there in Florida. Right, Capri Sun. I agree. See, Capri Sun. There you go. Jack's just, you know, it's like me. Sometimes with my name pronunciations, I'm all over the place. But so yeah, Capri Sun. Capri Sun sounds like a car or something. That. Craig, have my kids. I've had the snip. Abby, that's not possible. So there'll be no kids having for me anymore. Can't beat a bit of my waddy. Ooh, God, no. Only pineapple. Pineapple is the only, what do they call it? Cordial that I like. Pineapple. I think you can get an orange and pineapple. Orange and pineapple in one of the brands. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I drank it. I love pineapple.
Oh, I can't stand pineapple juice. Yeah.
Mate, you drink Pepsi. So, you know, you've lost at that point.
Pepsi loads better. Pepsi loads better than Coke.
Oh, come on. Look, my son drinks Pepsi Max. I'm ashamed to say, but yeah, Diet Coke all the way, man. Diet Coke. I don't want you to be no slave. Where's the Pepsi version of that, mate? No, none. Haven't got one. Just Ronaldo.
You don't need that. You don't need the Coke float either. You've just got Pepsi as the brand. It's big enough. You don't need all the quirks that Coke has.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll give you that one. I'll concede on that one, Jack. I'll concede. Free advertising. There you go. Yeah, I'm glad that people think us talking about something is worth anything, but there you go. Yeah, as I said, look, ladies and gents, loads to get through today. Jack will be here with me right throughout the game. We'll be in a post-match show together as well straight afterwards. And yeah, enjoy yourselves. Have a great time. It's great to have the League Cup back. I don't know if you've seen Pep Linder's comments earlier on, Jack, on Sky Sports News about Curtis Jones and this being his 50th appearance for the Reds and how it's so important that they maintain this academy production line and how hyped he is about the quality of the youngsters.
Yeah, absolutely, Craig. You know, I said yesterday when we did Cop the Week, for a 20-year-old to hit 50 appearances for Liverpool Football Club shows the talent that young Curtis Jones has. You know, and a lot of those games have come under, well, they've all come under Jurgen Klopp as well, who is an incredible manager and only puts his, you know, he only wants the best out of the players. And it's a good sign that young Curtis Jones is already at 50 appearances for Liverpool, and he's going to be a key part of this game tonight. You know, Norwich's best player is of course Billy Gilmour, who's going to be in the midfield, and the midfield battle could be where the game is won or lost tonight, Craig. Yeah,
and look, just looking up top, being a little bit Irish-centric here for a second, Adam Ida he's done very well for Ireland when he's come on and played a hard-working centre-forward, and I'll be interested to see. I think he'll put it about tonight, and he'll be a handful for Canada and Gomez, so I'll be interested to see how our new centre-back pairing for the night works with against Adam Ida. But you're right, Billy Gilmour, Jack, in midfield, we know only too well. We've seen him for Chelsea at Liverpool in the League Cup before, what he can do. He's a very good young footballer.
Yeah, very talented. You know, I'm surprised there wasn't, you know, any better Premier League teams after him than Norwich, and that's no disrespect to him, to them. Sorry, it's purely just respect for Billy Gilmour, because he is a very, very good young talent, and he shone for Chelsea at times last season. I can see why they allowed him out on loan. They want him to have a full season under his belt where he's playing week in, week out. But I think he could do it at a better level than Norwich. I really, really do. And he's going to be their key man tonight, and one we need to watch out for. That's for sure.
I had a couple of cheeky little bets, Jack. I like to back the young lads. I like to back the young boys. So 20-1 on Sky Bet for Curtis Jones to score from outside the box. 20-1 has to be worth a fiver.
Well,
has to be.
I've only had a couple of bets on Liverpool today. One was an ACCA that was Divock Origi to score a hat-trick and Liverpool to win 6-0. So, yeah.
If that comes in, the Milky Bars are on you, my man, if that comes in.
Oh, not even just the Milky Bars. If that happens, I'll buy everyone watching a pint. But yeah.
Well, there's 710 people so far, mate, so that's an expensive round you're getting in. I can hear Connor crying from here, actually.
I didn't say what pint. It could be a pint of piss.
So Pepsi.
Wow. I'll just get it
That's
directly
done.
from the
No Pepsi love for us now, forever. That's us done with Pepsi. Like, no matter what happens. Not that they'll ever come a knocking, Jack, but there's definitely going to be no Pepsi love coming in. Oh, I've got one here from Joanne, and it's fair. It is fair, Joanne. Joanne said, I've got a bone to pick with you. I was the one who sent you the £10 for the mouse mat, which you were, Joanne. Absolutely. Thank you, Sabrina. Keep up the good work, and lots of love to you. For those who aren't aware, my wife bought a mouse mat yesterday because she was having a look online for a holiday, and she decided that she used the iMac, and she decided that she needs a mouse mat. One day, Jack, sitting at the computer, and she's out there buying mouse mats when I've blagged it for 3.5 years now without a single mouse mat in place, even though Joanne had sent a super chat to buy me a mouse mat. I still didn't do it, Joanne. I'll be a liar if I told you I did, but now I have one and I hate it. I hate it so much.
I don't know what mouse mats are brilliant.
I don't know, man. This one's a bit hoity-toity. Like, it has a wrist rest and all, a big cushion spot. Like, I mean, how pampered do you need to be here? So, I mean, nothing wrong with the back of a cigarette box or something. Just use that for a mouse mat. It'd be grand. Jack's after freezing there. It's a beautiful picture, but he is frozen nonetheless. So I'll carry on talking. I like mouses, says Lars. There you go. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the scoreboard up and ready for when the game starts. Don't worry about that. I'll update the score as and when we go as well. Jack seems to be absolutely frozen there, but I'm still here. I'm able to talk away. He'll drop in and out. Would I rather a prime Coutinho or a prime Ozil? Ooh, I'd say Coutinho. I have to say, look, I've had my say about Coutinho at Liverpool and not coming back and all, but I've always said when he was here, when he was playing, the lad was excellent. There's no denying that. So, look, I'll keep going again. And look, ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, today we are being brought to you with thanks to our friends at the Ultimate Fan app. Ultimate Fan is entirely free to play and incorporates FPL in the concept of FIFA pack openings and puts them both together in a really handy package. It is entirely free to download. It's open and available to UK and Irish residents, age 18 plus. The game itself has a £300,000 prize pool, and you can win as much as $8,500 every single week in prizes. And they pay out as low as 300th place in the past game week for that cash prize. So again, it's over to you. It's completely free to play. There is a link in the description. At the start, you'll get given a 10-pack to make your team. And then every Tuesday, you'll be given a free 3-player pack to improve your team and make it a little bit better along. So again, there is a link in the description to the Ultimate Fan app. Download it, have a go, let us know what you think. There are silver and gold packs available. Maximum spend each month is £5. They've capped it at £5. I haven't bought any packs yet. Connor hasn't bought any packs yet. My daughter hasn't bought any, and we're quite happy with the teams that we've done, although my daughter badly needs a goalkeeper out there. But you can also transfer in players as well. It is a really cool app from the makers of Low 6, who I'm sure you guys recognize. Link in the description. Let us know if you are playing, if you manage to get in the money, because, again, I like to hear good news. I like to hear of people winning a few quid. And my FPL isn't great, so I'm hoping that this will bail me out, Jack.
Well, Yeah, my FPL is doing well this year, whereas my Ultimate Fan is the opposite. But yeah, definitely download it, give it a good go because it's completely different to FPL, so it's worth giving both a go. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, Craig. It does have an element of FIFA Ultimate Team about it.
Yeah, one thing I like about it is how strange the players look. I kind of take happiness in the cartoon versions of the players for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're all absolute prime physical specimens in real life, where, you know, in the cartoon versions they're a little bit. Put it this way, you wouldn't guess some of them if you didn't know the name. That put it that way. That's all I'm saying. But it is really fun and it's really addictive. My 17-year-old daughter was moaning at me today because she didn't get a goalkeeper in her Tuesday 3-pack that she gets for free.
Well, that's reminding me that I need to open my Tuesday 3-pack. So, yeah, cheers to your daughter, Craig.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, look, it is really cool, actually. I can't believe no one thought of the idea before. Like, two of the favorite things: FIFA pack openings, FPL. Put them together, bang. I was blown away when I seen the game and how to play with it. It's not something I usually get involved in. I'm not a gaming person. I don't do these types of things. But I have to say, once the guys at Ultimate Fan showed us the concept, we were happy to jump on board with them and promote the app because it is class. And the link is in the description, as I said, completely free. Right, let's run through the starting 11s before we get underway today. We are 4 or 5 minutes away from kickoff at Carrow Road in another entertaining League Cup game. I think we've got goals written all over this one. Right, for Norwich, it's Gunn in goal, then Mumba, Hanley, Gibson, and Giannoulis. Then it's Gilmore. Babanelli. Again, I've never heard of that gentleman, so apologies for butchering his name. Rupp, Lees Milieu, Trolses, Solis. Let's go with Solis and Adam Ida. God almighty, thank God I don't have to say them every week. Queeving, Kelleher, Connor Bradley, Joe Gomez, Ibrahim Kanada, and Costa Simicas for the Reds, with Naby Keita, Curtis Jones, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the midfield. Then it's Cade Gordon, Divock Origi, and Takumi Minamino up top. Apologies for the mispronunciations of those gentlemen's names, but this is what happens when you are an idiot and don't watch these people every single week. So, yeah, apologies to the Norwich players.
Yeah, and I thought I butchered names, Craig. That was pretty woeful.
Oh, mate, you should have seen me during the Euros. When I was doing the Czech Republic and some of the games during the Euros, mate, it was, oh, God, I was almost cringing at myself having to try and pronounce the names. Do you ever see the actual pro commentators, though? They get them phonetically spelt out for them, so they know how to pronounce every part of the name. They get a sheet, or they write them themselves. But either way, they learn and they write them out phonetically, so they know exactly how to pronounce them. Right, one sec, everybody. I am going to get the scoreboard up here. Go on, Jack.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort out the picture on my screen, to be honest with you.
No worries. I'll keep chatting away.
I'll tell you what, though, that scoreboard at the bottom left looks quite good.
Yeah, it's not bad. And I'm able to update it here as well as when we go. So, you know, the only thing we haven't got today, because we're doing this on StreamYard, is, of course, a match clock. But we will happily sync for you guys if you need us to. I'll sync, because Jack's probably going to be a smidgen behind me, I'd say. So I'll sync as well as I can. Just let me know in the chat if you need to sync. Happy to do it. And again, thank you to all our moderators for all their hard work as well. Really appreciate you guys.
I think, touch wood, obviously, but I think I should be live, Craig, in terms of this. So I don't think I'll be behind.
Yeah, I'd say you will.
I should be fine.
Either way. Well, let's wait and see. Kloppo is wearing the same top as me, which I like. I like that. Makes me feel a bit managerial. Right, folks, let me know. Hey, Craig, saw you a few times at That's Football. 90% of the United fans are dickheads anyway. I'm one of the 10%. Love the banter. Long live the mayor of football. YouTube. Thank you, dude. And look, again, as I said, and I'll say it again, I messaged Mark today. Behind the scenes, everything's fine. It is just, something happened. It is what it is. There's no bad blood from either of us around it. I'm not going to badmouth anyone. He's not going to badmouth anyone. That's not the way we go about stuff. It happened. it is what it is. All good. No bad blood there. Nothing to speak about. We're here to enjoy the season, have a bit of fun. Life is too old or too short for this type of shit. So let's just have a bit of fun and enjoy. Right, we are almost ready to go. God almighty, looking at Kay Gordon there, Jack. He really does look like a young fella. It's mad. Like, I think it's 16 years of age out there about to play in that game, man. It's mad.
Yeah, I remember going to the big, Osasuna game, the last friendly, of course, and Kay Gordon was very unlucky not to score in that game too. Was playing through 1-on-1, was caught slightly offside at one point. Unfortunately for him, he didn't finish it anyway. I believe he hit it just wide, but yeah, it was a good performance from him in that first half there, and I'm expecting more of the same today, Craig. He'll be up for it, and I'm expecting him to really, really impress tonight.
There, I think my colour's a bit better there now. Sorry. I'll just mess around with my camera. Right, we are about to get underway. Here we go. Come on, you red men. I'm buzzing. I love a midweek game, Jack.
Yeah, do you know what as well? I disrespect the Carabao Cup a lot, and I'm not the greatest fan of this competition, but one thing I do fully love and get behind is the fact that it's an opportunity for us to see, the young play and players that you don't usually see, the fringe players, and yeah, it's a game I can watch without being too worried about the scoreline, Craig, which you get too often when you watch Liverpool.
True. Look, I would like us to have a run. I would like us to go deep into the League Cup, as I was saying the other day. But look, let's enjoy it. Another opportunity for Divock as well. I mean, I was impressed with Divock in his recent Champions League. It was Champions League he started in, wasn't it? Against Milan?
Yeah,
I was impressed. I was impressed. Right, we are going to get underway now, ladies and gentlemen. Norwich kicking us off. The Reds are going to be playing from left to right in the first half. Again, I will sync the clock for you guys to let you know exactly what point we're in. Players are just taking a knee now as we speak. And, yeah. Yeah, Jack is a little bit laggy, mate, but don't worry. If I notice Jack lagging around, I will immediately keep in with the commentary. Right, we're on the way. And Norwich are in possession. Let me just get the clock up for you guys so you can sync. I'm just waiting for Sky to put it up on the screen here now, and we'll be good to go. Again, Sky, whenever you're ready, Sky. There you go. There we go. We are at 20 seconds. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Jack's got a stopwatch on the go. Have you, Jack?
I have, mate. I have. Yeah, I'm 20 seconds behind you, Craig. That's how I know it. We got kicked off 20 when you said 20. So yeah, in terms of my screen, I'm 20 seconds behind.
That's all right, mate. We'll keep you in on the big moments. I'll keep people up to date with what's going on. Offside here immediately against Norwich. Be free kick to the Reds deep inside their own half. Right. Give us your score predictions, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat. I think yesterday I said 2-1 to Liverpool in my prediction.
Yeah, you did.
Were you same, Jack, or did you go with something else?
No, I said 6-0 to the Reds. Divock Origi hat-trick.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. There you go. 6-0 Gill strikes again. Right, we do have a throw in left side. I'm intrigued as well to see how Costa Simicas plays today, because it's great having him there as an option, as an available. Jesus, motorbike nearly killed me there, Jack. Felt like it was right behind me.
I must have come through my window or something, because Jesus, that was loud. But yeah.
Corner to the Reds. Here we go. Early chance. Bit of a mix-up between Gunn and his defence, and the ball goes behind for a corner to the Reds, which Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, interestingly, is coming across to take. Yeah, again, just lash the letter P, folks, after your score predictions in the chat. Cheers. Right, here we go. Ball in from Chambo. It doesn't beat the first man. Oh, that drives me demented, lads. It drives me demented when a corner doesn't beat the first man. Here we go. Chambo.
Yeah.
Big night for him today.
So often, don't we, Craig? Liverpool corners not beating the first man. And clearly, Ox is a bit rusty after sitting on the bench for the majority of the season so far.
Then went and gave the ball away in midfield as well, which is was not a great start. But Darren England refereeing today's game. I've not got too many memories of Darren England, to be fair, but Let's see how he gets on. I was very impressed with the Champions League referee, actually. I have to say, I thought the referee that took charge of a game against AC Milan was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they're always better in Europe, to be fair, aren't they? But yeah, like you say, Darren England, relatively new referee in English Premier League football, and he's been given a big game today, and one that, as you said, Craig, I see lots of goals in, but all the way of Liverpool. 6-0. Let's go.
Here we go. Origi, left side, cross, another corner to the Reds. Did you see, Jack, that the first overseas official will be refereeing a Premier League game this weekend? The guy from Australia.
Oh, I didn't see that, no, but I'm all for it. I've seen a clip of him, where he's mic'd up in his last game in Oz, and he seems like a decent ref. So, yeah, I'm absolutely all for it, mate. So, fingers crossed they start bringing more refs from overseas.
Takumi Minamino, and the Reds are off the mark after 3 minutes. Whoop, whoop, from a set piece as well. Taki. You love to see it. You love to see it. I'm delighted from Jack. I'm absolutely delighted from... I am killing 20 seconds here to allow Jack to catch up, but oh my days, Taki. Woo! What a way to announce yourself back into the team. Well done, young man. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a bit of a spoiler there.
He's on.
It's a good finish from him, Craig. A really good finish, on the spin. Divock wins the initial header in the air, and Takumi takes it so well there, and we're off the mark early on already. What a start for the Reds.
Absolutely quality, mate. Absolutely quality. I'm going to just change the score now. 1 second. How do I edit
the ball
this?
comes in this time from Tsimikas, a much better delivery. It's deep. Origi wins the first header. He's surrounded by 3 Norwich players. There's a question over offside for Minamino, but you can clearly see he's on. And yeah, we're off the mark. But what a finish that is, Craig. Through the legs of Angus Gunn, on the spin. And I'm delighted for Takumi Minamino. I really, really am.
Scout Samurai doing bits already. We're only minutes into the game. We predicted goals, Mr. Gill. We are getting goals.
Yep, and that's just the first of 6 that's coming tonight. I'm telling you that for free, Craig.
I love it. Someday, mate, someday we'll be able to bask in the glory of that actual prediction. Someday.
Today. It's going to happen today, Craig. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, I tell you what, Norwich came close there. A good ball across the box. Ida came sliding in at the far post. Wasn't able to make contact, but a warning sign there for the Reds to say switched on. And Suxi, thank you for the super chat as well. Woo! Wants the Ric Flair emoji in the chat as well. Well played, Suxi. Thank you for the super chat. Again, what a start.
Yeah, a bit nervy then, though. Norwich showing that they can cause us problems at the back today. They got through the middle far too easy. Billy Gilmore, as we expected, Craig, showing his quality there. And it was a good counter-attack from Norwich, and they came very close.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I'm even more happy now to this game. It's end-to-end. It's exactly what we like to see. And again, a good test for these young guys in I won't say the most hostile of environments, but a very good home crowd there inside Carrow Road. That will it'll be a good test for these young men in a decent game away from home. So let's see what they're made of. They've got off to a great start. Origi with the header down, as Jack said, and then it was Takumi Minamino with a quick finish.
And Craig, hats off to anyone that managed to go from Liverpool to Norwich today, because that journey is a pain in the arse. And to do that on a Tuesday night for a Carabao Cup game in the 3rd round at 7:45, hats off to you. What a journey that is.
Whenever Liverpool play Norwich, I always think of Ben Webb, because Ben Webb lives down in that part of the world, and I know the trek that he's had to make to Anfield a few times to go and watch the Reds. And yeah, as you said, it's quite a journey.
Yeah, a ridiculous journey. I remember after the 5:30 game, first game of the season, seeing people tweet, at 1-2 o'clock in the morning saying they'd only just got home. So yeah, it really is some journey, and credit to everyone that managed to get there tonight.
Again, folks, please do hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. We are 1-0 to the good, which has been a good start here, but I won't count Norwich out just yet. I'm really interested to see a couple of people tonight, Jack, particularly Naby.
Yeah, and me. I thought Naby wouldn't play tonight. I thought he'd be rested for the weekend, but we've seen him from the start. I don't think he'll play the full 90. But Craig, it's interesting to see how Norwich have started. I mentioned there they caused us an issue on the counter attack, but they've been very sloppy at the back in these early stages, and they're causing their own problems.
Shitting themselves because Kate Gordon's there, mate. Just shitting themselves. Well, you can't blame them. You can't blame them. The sheer presence of the young man is enough to put the fear into a defender.
And here's Taki leading the high press, doing really well there. Norwich trying to play out from the back on my screen, Craig, but young Kate Gordon as well, pressing high. Really good work there.
Again, it's lovely to see that we can have change the centre back pairing around for a League Cup game, and it's Gomez and Canade. Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Craig, I said last week we've got 4 of the best centre backs in the Premier League now. We brought in Canate. Ability-wise, I'd say 4 of the top 10 centre-backs in the Premier League. It's incredible. We're so diverse now at the back. We can play so many different partnerships and always look strong at the back. And it's something to have because defence really does win your titles.
Yeah, absolutely. George wants us to sync. No problem whatsoever, dude. We are just about to get to... where are we? Let me just get rid of that. We're 850, 51, 852, 853... 54, 55, 56. Let me know if you need to sync, guys. No problem whatsoever. And again, let me run through the red starting 11 for some people that are coming in a little bit late and want to know who's playing and who's on the bench, because we can't put the match day image up on the screen when we do it this way with dual hosts. So we've got Queeveen Kelleher in goal, Connor Bradley at right back, Costa Simicas at left back, Canade and Joe Gomez at the centre back pairing for today, Naby Keita on the left, Curtis Jones in the centre, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right in midfield. Then it's Kate Gordon, Divock Origi, and Taki up top. On the bench for the Reds, Adrian, Hendo, Diogo Jota, Andy Robertson, Nat Phillips, Tyler Morton, and Balgizi, excuse me.
Balgizi, great talent, Craig. Really is. I'm hoping he'll come on. I've got a few stats in the book about James Balgizi. But yeah, I'm really hoping we get to see him at some point too. But whilst you were reading out the lineups there was a great piece of defending from Ibrahim Konate. I think he started this game really, really well, Craig. Obviously made his debut at the weekend for the Reds as well and got his first clean sheet for us too. So, yeah, he'll be hoping he can carry on his 100% clean sheet record and 100% record this evening.
Well, no matter what else he does, Jack, in his time at Liverpool, he's won me. He's got the best reveal video, best kit number reveal video in history as far as I'm concerned. That's the way you want it, isn't it? All your mates around buzzing that you're after signing for a massive club. I'm still hyped over that video. It was brilliant.
Yeah, wasn't it his video, though? I swear he did it and not the club, but fair play.
Yeah, it was his. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it was him. His own making, but best one I've seen. Yeah, it was absolute quality. Little golf GTI, I think, in the video as well, if my memory's correct. I'm always a fan of a bit of a golf GTI. Craig, what's your fantasy team looking like? It's looking all right, actually, to be fair. I mean, I underplayed it a little bit. I had a decent game week. I think I got 71 or 72 points in the last game week. Not too shabby, if I do say so. Right, Jack, we need a bit of a sing-along at some point. I feel like I can't welcome you into a watch-along without getting you to sing at some point, mate. So, whenever you're ready, sir, whenever you're ready. Free kick, though. Hang on, we free kick.
I just want to say, Craig, as well, I want to praise Connor Bradley. A brilliant piece of work from him from there. He just, he tried to test the keeper from deep. It was blocked. And then he did some brilliant work on the right-hand side where he's eventually been fouled and won the free kick. So, yeah, he started the game really, really well, the youngster.
He put in a good delivery there. Actually, the Reds just gone behind from Norwich for another Liverpool corner. This time, it was Grant Hanley with the last touch to put it behind corner to the Reds' left-hand side. Look, he's dancing and all. He's buying into it. Go on, team green screen. Here we go. Canade, ooh, cheeky, unlucky. Gets on the end of a cross. I thought he was going to have his Van Dijk moment there. Welcome himself with an absolute belter of a header. Van Dijk's welcome against Everton. That'll forever be legendary, Jack.
Yeah, always will that, of course, in the Cup as well, albeit the FA Cup. But yeah, I'm watching it on my screen now. It's a good header from Ibrahim Konate, and it's so close to making it 2 and a third of the 6-0 scoreline that this is going to finish.
Again, bright start from Divock. Fair play to him. He's on the left again today, and he's causing them trouble. He's in possession now inside the penalty area. Ball, unlucky. Trying to pick out Ox at the far post, and fair play to Angus Gunn coming out and claiming it. But yeah, again, bright start from Ibrahim Konate, as Jack was saying. Bright start from Divock Origi and young Conor Bradley as well. We're still waiting for Cade Gordon to fully explode into the game, but we've no doubt that'll happen at some point because he's just that damn good, Jack.
Well, yeah, I've been impressed with the high press from all three of the front line in these early stages, Craig. It's clearly a game plan. I feel as though there's a warning that Norwich are going to try and play from the back, and actually that we can really make the most of that, because there's been a few defensive mistakes forced by the high press that we know Klopp and Pez love.
Yeah, every time I hear Pep Lindner speak, mate, I fall a little bit more in love with him, and I become a little bit closer to accepting him as the next manager after Klopp. I don't know if I'm on my own in thinking that, but the man has the football IQ. There's no denying that. Oh, unlucky, Cade. Sorry, I asked Jack a question to give him a chance to answer. Sorry, there was a half chance. Ball to the far post again. Sorry, Gunn comes and claims it.
But yeah, I think for me. What was the question again? Sorry.
I don't know, mate. We're both just trying to half talk and watch the game. So let me just do this. Let me give a shout out to Jamaica, as Jamar wants me to do. Lots of love. We always get people tuning in from Jamaica, and I'm always saying the same thing. Nothing but jealousy on my front, mate. Nothing but jealousy about you being lucky enough to be over in that beautiful place. I've actually visited once and couldn't have been more welcoming. Absolutely love everybody tuning in from everywhere in the world. Who scored the goal? Somebody else wants to know. Jack, do you want to fill him in? Do you want to let him catch up on who scored?
Yeah, it was a lovely finish for Minamino as well, Craig. I watched it again before. It's not the best of knockdowns by Divock Origi. I don't think it actually comes off his head in the end. He's surrounded by Norwich players, and it just falls to Minamino, who has his back to goal, hits it on the swivel, legs Angus Gunn in the process. And it was a really good start for the Reds, and a really good start for a man who, his Liverpool career was in doubt in the summer. There was a lot of people that thought he may be sold or may go out on loan again after he had that obviously short loan to Southampton at the end of last season. But he started really well here, and we've not seen much of him at the start of the season, have we? Because of one reason or another. I know he came back from international duty injured, but he started the game really well here today.
Yeah, got himself into the right position there at the far post. Good knockdown, as you said. And look, I'm always a bit suspicious when it goes through a keeper's legs, but it is what it is. I'm taking it. And somebody wants us to sync, just to let you know, I'm now at 15 minutes and 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So if anybody else needs it, no problem whatsoever. Just ask away.
Look, just seeing there, the ball came in towards Cade Gordon. Just eventually goes over his head, but he chases the ball all the way to the byline and actually displayed his strength. He gave a free kick, unfortunately, but showed that he's got a bit of muscle about him as well, this young 16-year-old Craig.
Yeah, and he's getting into good positions. That's twice now he's made good runs to the far post. And, it's easy to see why the club, worked as hard as they did to try and bring him in. He is an undoubted talent, and you would most likely say, Jack, he's the next one after Curtis Jones, obviously, and Harvey Elliott. He's probably the next one. There's going to him, Conor Bradley, probably top of the list, I'd say.
Yeah, he really impressed me when he was at Derby. I was delighted that we beat Manchester United to sign on him. And thrown into the deep end this pre-season, really impressed Klopp and Linders. And he gets his first start in a competitive match for us tonight. Absolutely over the moon for him, Craig. And he's a fine talent, and he started brightly here.
Do you know, I've got to say something that's a bit weird. People want me to sync again. I'm just waiting for it to get to the next 1 minute, so hang on. It is now 17 minutes, 01, 17, 02, 03, 04, 05. Is it just me that looks at Daniel Farke and looks at him and thinks, like when I looked at Diego Simeone before, I think he could just easily act and play a villain in in a movie. I look at Daniel Farke and he has shades about him. He looks like he could absolutely play a bad guy in a movie. Now, he's a terribly nice guy, of course, but he has that look about him. I wouldn't mess with him. He looks like a big man, but a kind man, but I still wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, he looks like a Bond villain and he sounds like the pigs from Shrek. But yeah, he's the polar opposite. He's a lovely bubbly man, isn't he?
I'm trying to think what the pigs from Shrek sound like now. But anyway, free kick to Norwich. We know what Billy Gilmore can do here. Good shooting position. Come on, Queeveen. Make your stance, mate. Bit too lackadaisical here. Come on, Queeveen. The wall's got it. Here we go. Free kick over the bar. Billy Gilmore couldn't get it up and down. Kelleher had it covered. But he's an undoubted talent, Billy Gilmore. I was nervous there, I won't lie. I think it's a good move for him as well, Jack, for the season, Billy Gilmore there at Norwich.
Yeah, it is a good move because it's somewhere where he's definitely going to play weak. But as I say, I feel as though he could have got a better move for himself personally, in my opinion.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I suppose he's going to be guaranteed the starting place pretty much most weeks. He is going to get the experience that he needs in the Premier League. And look, wherever he goes, I think most of us would agree there's no doubt in the kid's ability. And it's another great example of how English football has changed and evolved over the past 15, 20 years to accept and encourage more small, technically gifted players like that, when it used to be just big, strong lads that got the opportunities. It's great to see the likes of Foden, Gilmore, Mason Mount, all these kids coming through as well.
Yeah, it really is. And Gilmore was also a player who ran the show for Scotland against England in the Euros. And there's lots of young English talent we're talking about, but don't forget Jurgen Klopp called Billy Gilmore one of the best things to ever be coming out of Scotland, one of the brightest youngsters to ever be coming from Scotland. So yeah, he's got high praise from really good people in the game, and it's easy to see why, because he's a fine young talent.
It really is. Christine, just as an update, Christine arrived in late, wants to know who scored. It was Takumi Minamino, Christine. And it was very early doors, but a great start for the Reds. We're just about to hit towards the 20-minute mark in 3, 2, 1. So 20 minutes now, and it is Liverpool 1-0 up thanks to that Takumi Minamino goal. It's great. I'm still buzzing about fans being back in stadiums. And I know I've been banging on about it for ages, but it just makes everything so much better visually. With audio, just the vibe of a game, it just meant so much more. Jack's having a bit of trouble there. It looked like he was frozen trying to fix his eyebrow. Morocco's in the house. How are you? Throw in left side here to the Reds. Costa Simic is about to take it. I will be live, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night on Craig Station for a watch along of West Ham and United in the League Cup as well. So I hope you can join me for that one. West Ham against Manchester United tomorrow. I'll be starting from 7:15 on Craig Station. So I hope you can pop across and join me for that one. Here's Ibrahima Kanade. Ball through the line. Again, looking for Taki, but well defended this time by Norwich.
Everton are losing. QPR have taken the lead in that game. So, yeah, Rafa's Everton not started well.
No, fuck it. You love to see it. Don't mind Rafa aside. You love to see it. Still, loads of admiration for Rafa.
Yeah,
but stuffed them.
Yeah, another fucking season without Everton winning a trophy, hopefully. So yeah, you do love to see it.
I mean, I'll never forget that we beat them with an absolute tiny effort of a team, like the youngest half-arse team club could have put out, and Curtis Jones just goes and sorts it all out, and we get the W. You love to see it.
Well, I was at that game, and I remember, the collective sigh in the concourse when the team came out. But I thought we could beat Everton that day, and we did. We played really, really well, and obviously it took a stunner from Curtis Jones to win it, but it was really special, wasn't it, from young Curtis?
I love the man. I absolutely love the kid. I love the fact that after in his interview after, I think it was after that game, he said, "Yeah, look, I want to be playing. I want to be knocking on the manager's door." Here we go, corner. Chamberlain right hand side, ball in. Far post. Oh, go on, get there, Costas. Go on, good lad. It's Curtis now. Plays it back to Simicas. Simicas tries to go around the outside. Cross block. It's a throw in.
Good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. You're right. Go on, Jack.
Yeah, we've been dominant. You know, in a game where we've allowed to, we've allowed a lot of changes. Different side. These lads haven't played together much. At least, a proper game of football anyway. And they're playing today against Premier League opposition. Norwich went relatively strong. But yeah, we've started really, really, really well here, and we're causing them loads of problems.
We are. It's wave after wave of attack now, and it's a perfect sprinkling for me. They're losing against Wickham, is it? Is it Wickham they're playing today?
Yeah.
See, you know why that is? Because Wickham's jerseys are made by an Irish company, O'Neill's. That's why. See what I mean? A little bit of Irish in there gets the job done.
I think as well, with Manchester City, obviously, since the Carabao Cup's been called the Carabao Cup, they've won it every single year. And it's become a bit of a collector's item for Pep Guardiola. So it will be some story if they go out in the third round to League One Wickham.
Yeah, he'll probably empty the bench at some point and get the job done, or get the usual couple of penalties or something, Jack. There'll be something there. But either way, we can enjoy it while it lasts, mate. We can enjoy it while it lasts. Well, the Reds are gloriously 1-0 up here away at Carrow Road against Norwich.
Yep, and it's going to be more. It could be more. Oh, Kay Gordon, Craig. Their dancing showed, aches of happy feet on him, them little penguin feet, tapping away. He comes in from the right-hand side. Really, really good work there. Beats one man, beats two men with a little flip-flap ball roll, and then hits it with his left foot, and it goes into the side netting in the end. But there he is, Craig, the 16-year-old showing the world what he can do.
Summoning his inner Nulon Voider there for the little footwork, Jack, the little dancing. You love to see it. Well played. Well played, young man. Everton losing 2. I know. So far, Chris, if Carlsberg could do League Cup nights, mate. So far, we're all happy. Everton losing, City losing, and the Reds are winning. That's pretty good so far. Just for those that want, again, a sync, we are now hitting 25 minutes. 25, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. Again, thank you for your patience. I know we can't always clock up when we do these, but I think seeing the handsome factor is increased by 217% when Jack's on. So at least we have that going for us tonight.
Just see Liverpool there playing the ball round the back. Once again, we won the ball in Norwich's half. Curtis Jones pressing high this time and winning the ball back. Norwich causing their own problems by trying to play out, but we've seen it before from Daniel Farke, haven't we, Craig? He doesn't like to change, whether he's in the Premier League or the Championship. He plays the same style of football, and he's made it clear he won't be changing that despite results.
Yeah, he'll be playing the same brand in the Championship again next year. Absolutely, no doubt about that.
Yep.
The referee's done all right so far as well, in fairness. We mentioned him at the start. I think he's done all right so far.
He's not really had too much to do, to be fair. The game has been quite flat. Norwich now keeping possession, but once again pressing high. This time Ox nearly winning the ball back, but Norwich got away with it that time. And I can see, Minamino pressing Angus Gunn now, and Norwich still maintain that they're going to try and play the back here and try and play their way back into this game. And they've done well. They've progressed into the Liverpool half, and they might try and build an attack of their own now. Yeah,
they tried a little sneaky near post effort to try and beat Creevy and Kelleher, but thankfully Connor's doppelganger was switched on and managed to keep it out. Come on, you Reds. I always it's mad. I love the Lotus link up with Norwich as well, by the way. I do love I've always wanted to own a Lotus car, even though they've got no stereos in them, which always annoyed me. I know a couple of people who've had Lotus Elise, and great fun to drive, apparently.
It was interesting there, that Norwich chance you mentioned. It looked like the number 18, I think it's, I'll butcher his names, Solis,
Oh, hang on.
Norwich.
It was all fun and games when we were slagging me off. Go on, pronounce the name, motherfucker. Go on, pronounce it. What's his name, Jack?
I'm going with Solis. But yeah, he tried to, catch Quivin Kelleher out there, but you're not beating Kelleher from there. And he did very well to claim that in both hands and stop what was looking like a decent Norwich.
Thank you for all the kind comments, by the way, in as well. Loads of love for Jack's shirt tonight as well. I actually, funnily enough, Jack, I have that shirt that you have on there, an older version of it with McManaman's number on the back, signed by Steve McManaman. So I've always have a special place for that shirt you have. I love the huge crest that's on it.
Yeah, my dad's got the older one as well from obviously the year it was actually out. I'm desperate to get my hands on one myself. But for now, that's why it's my favourite Liverpool shirt of all time. It really, really is. I love the ecru colour. That's one of the reasons why I love this season's away kit so much. Just seen there as well, a bit wasteful from Naby Keita. Liverpool passing the ball about, and then Naby tries to play the ball in front of Tsimikas, but it's way too far ahead and goes out for a Norwich throw. And Norwich once again trying to build an attack there, but Adamida's ball in behind was a bit too far ahead of Solis.
Cheers for John Morris as well for the update in that QPR winning 1-0 against Everton. Thank you for the super chat, mate. You're very kind. Yeah, it's a good game. We're almost half an hour in. It's end-to-end stuff, but as so far so good. I've been impressed with the way the lads have gone about it. A good mix, as we said at the start, of some senior pros who have a bit of a point to prove, and some young blood who are hoping to make their way into the manager's reckoning. And no better way to do that, Jack, than by putting together a bit of a cup run. Serious head collision here actually for Chamberlain, who's down. He's gathering himself back up, but the referee quickly waved on. He looks a little bit, he's awake, he's alert, he looks just a little bit dazed, I think is the best word I can use here. Went up, and I think he seemed to catch a bit of an elbow to the head there by Gibson. Is that Gibson, formerly of United, Gibson?
No, not Darren Gibson. I think it's Ben Gibson, formerly of Everton.
Oh no, touché.
It's the Middlesbrough's former Ben Gibson, I believe. But I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Kate Gordon takes this opportunity to come across, have a conversation with Klopp and Pep Linders. Obviously, very intense conversation going on there. Again, good to see him taking on and processing the information the gaffer's given him. Everton equalised in that game, 1-1. Thank you, Everton Fan TV, for that one. 1-1 in that one. City won, Wickham won as well. My God, they've both scored.
Yeah, it's not the Everton one, but it is the Middlesbrough one. I was right there. The 28-year-old. He was obviously at Burnley prior to Norwich as well. But yeah, he's a bit of a shithouse then if he's played under Sean Dyche.
Let me just take you around the League Cup games that are currently on the way, folks. It's Brentford 2, Oldham 0, Burnley 0, Rochdale 0, City 1, Wickham 1, Norwich 0, obviously Liverpool 1, Preston 1, Cheltenham 0, QPR 1, Everton 1, Sheffield United 1, Southampton 1, Watford 0, Stoke 1, Wigan 0, Sunderland 1, and 0-0 at Leeds and Fulham. So again, some early goals in the League Cup tonight, which usually happens, to be fair.
Good to see us as well. Obviously, you mentioned the Ox injury. It looks like he's fine and able to play on, but obviously there is that new concussion protocol, which is, in my opinion, one of the best rules they've ever brought into English football, Craig. Allowing players to go off if they are concussed and teams to be able to have that extra substitution. It's common sense. And yeah, it gives us an option if Ox wasn't able to play on today, and obviously means more honesty in the game and more protection to the players who at the end of the day are human too.
Absolutely. I fully back everything you said there, mate. It's these guys have lives to live after football as well, and their emotional and physical well-being are very much should be very much at the forefront, and I'm glad to see that these things are being brought in to help them in every aspect, which is proper order. To be fair, there's enough money in the game to sort it out. Yeah,
and we've seen obviously a lot of the older generation of former footballers, the greats that delivered the World Cup back to England. Obviously, a lot of them have now got dementia and other brain issues. So yeah, it's nice to see that the game are understanding more and bringing in rules to prevent that from happening to more and more players.
Absolutely. Interesting the other day, actually, I don't know if you guys were watching the Wolves game. Raul Jimenez actually took off his protective headband at one point. Obviously, he must have felt it was impeding him when he was trying to head the ball or something. But, you know, it's great having Raul Jimenez back. Oh, chance here for Norwich. Caoimhín Kelleher. Well done, young man. Well done, Caoimhín. Adam Ida with the strike. Unfortunately, Caoimhín Kelleher had himself positioned correctly. You know, a yard or two either wide there, and a yard or two either way, wide of the keeper, and it could have been a bit more of a problem. Good build of play again. Adam Ida with the early strike, but Caoimhín Kelleher gets down well and snuffs it out quite easily. But again, just a warning sign there that we have to be switched on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Norwich a couple of times now have shown us that they're going to threaten us at the back at times. And they've played it well from the back once again. Long ball this time though, rather than the short passing play they've tried. And Adam Ida is a very good youngster and has showed that at times for Norwich. And also, he's recently broken into the Ireland team, hasn't he, Craig? You'll tell us more about that. But it's a good effort, but it's one that Kelleher is never going to be troubled by. And it's a relatively straightforward save in the end for the Irishman.
We go straight up the other way, by the way, get a corner left-hand side here for the Reds. Bit of a conversation going on the edge of the box between Minamino and Naby. Obviously, maybe there's something off the training ground here. Big Canade's up as well. Divok's in there. Let's see if we can work something from this. We obviously got the opener from a set piece. Ball in. Breaks on the edge of the box. Referee gives a free kick out. It dropped to Naby, and I was thinking, oh, here we go. Right foot this time, maybe, Naby, lad. Top bins. But now the ref brings it back.
I was going to say that's what Taki was telling him. He said, you know the goal at the weekend, do it again, lad. And yeah, unfortunately not this time. But yeah, I was hoping that we'd see something similar to what we saw at the weekend from Naby Keita and that ice cold celebration again from him too. Which, by the way, I think should become his permanent celebration now because it was nice. It was ice.
I liked it. Yeah, you could see that he was like Curtis Jones was trying to give him a hug, but he knew what Naby was at the same time and just tried to give him that little moment of celebration, which of course he absolutely deserved. It's 35 minutes almost here, 34 and a half, I should say, and still Norwich 0, Liverpool 1. And what's been a very entertaining first half at Carrow Road, and again, quite impressed with the guys and the way they've gone about their business today. It's it's good to see, and we will of course keep you up to date with all the other scores as well as and when we can. And for those that need me to sync, I'm just about to hit 35 minutes now. 35:01, 02, 03, 04. So if you need anything, guys, please do let us know in the chat. Steve Wally's in, my mate from Shankill. He's gone 2-1. He's given a score, 2-1 QPR. Steve Wally with the update. Thank you, Steve. One of my mates from my hometown. He shows 83 there. He shows how old he is there. See, rookie error, that's Steve, man. Rookie error. Just get a few more Bulmers into you, man. You'll be all good. He does like an Al Bulmers, Jack. He won't drink the cheap stuff. He likes the good things in life. You call them Magners, I think, in England, don't you?
Oh, Magners. Can't stand Magners, me.
It's Bulmers over here in Ireland, but I don't know why. But over in the UK, it changed to Magners. No idea why, but same company, same drink.
I thought they were two different things, Magners and Bulmers.
Nope, same as far as I'm aware. Excuse me, as far as I'm aware, same companies. The factories in Tipperary. I've drove past it many a time when I was going around the country. Big factory. But yeah, I think
it's a long way to Tipperary, Craig.
It's a long way to go, Jack. That could have been the first song of the night there. I was thinking, will we go for this or not? But no, Jack, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Go on, Queen's Park Rangers. Loads of love in the chat for QPR. Well played, folks. Well played. Hey, Craig, who's this bloke? This would be Jack 6-0 Gill, my man. This is Jack, our other presenter on the channel. Jack is fully green screened up now and ready to move forward with the Late Night Agenda news shows and with a proper setup. He even got a new mic and all today, so he's all good to go. Here we go. Okay, Gordon,
yep,
go on.
I really am.
Go on.
I'm back and I'm better.
Go on. Oh, no. Referee waves play on. Okay, Gordon gets back to his feet. Retains the ball. Curtis Jones. Origi wanting to switch here. He's pointing out left-hand side. Back with Cade Gordon. Little 1-2 with him and Connor Bradley. Two young lads linking up. Oh, bit of a sloppy pass there by Cade. It was intercepted. The ball goes out for Norwich throw-in. Bulmer's in England as well. Oh, I didn't know the two brands were over there. There you go. Craig, whereabouts in Wex for the 11? I live in Gorey, mate. I live in Gorey. Genuinely thought that Magners was... There you go. You live and learn. You live and learn. Linden Village, there you go. Proper flagging stuff. That again, Linden Village made by Bulmers, actually. Another cheaper cider. God, I'm showing my expertise in drink for someone who doesn't drink here. Like Divock, oh, shot blocked, crossed. I think everybody. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in this. Does everybody start out drinking cider when they start drinking? It was for me anyway, and then I moved on to beer as I got a bit older. But definitely started out with the flagons of cider. Gorey's really populated by dubs. Yep, it certainly is, man. Loads of taxi drivers down here as well. I love it. I've been in Gorey now for about nearly 12 years, I think. Ball over the top here, Norwich. Look at that from Queeveen. Go on, lad. Comes out, sweeper, keeper, a little header away. Calm as you like. Summoning his inner GAA days. For people who aren't aware, he only started playing as a keeper when he was 15 years of age at Ringmahon Rangers in Cork. Queeveen Kelleher, but there he was, outplaying sweeper keeper. Good bit of cover from the back from the young man. And again, there is no proof that Connor Crosby exists in two places at once. Is he in goal? Is that really Connor? Are we keeping it under wraps? You never know. They look too close.
I think he does it on
there
purpose.
There he's again. Sorry, he's out again, Jack, doing it. Second time in a minute. He's out there, sweeper keeper, casual little header. Well done, Queeveen.
I think Connor does it on purpose. You know, make sure he's away when Kelleher's playing, because he doesn't want people to know that he is actually Kelleher. It's the same person. Have you ever seen them both in the same room at the same time? Because I haven't.
I haven't, no. Here's a bit of an interesting stat. Thank you, Kieran Mullen, for this one. The company that owns Strongbow is HP Bulmer in the UK, and Bulmer's Magners is made by C&C. So the Magners name is used to avoid confusion with the Strongbow makers. There you go. Thank you for that, Kieran. Always appreciate a bit of insight like that.
We love the stats. We love to see it.
You do. I love to see it. You know, there's always, if there's one thing that can be known about our beautiful little country, mate, it's, you know, people know their drink. I think it's fair to say, you know, we like a tipple. Irish people quite fond of it. I'm the Baba black sheep of Irish people. You know, people look at me when I say I'm Irish and I don't drink and go, "Excuse me, you what now?" But I will be getting rather mouldy on Friday, so I apologise to anybody if you get a message from me on Friday night. I will be a little bit tired and emotional. You know, me and Connor getting that duty-free, Jack. The only good thing to come out of Brexit is that we can go to England and get duty-free now on the way over, or vice versa. You love to see it. I only found this out on the way home from Bradford, by the way. We were in the duty-free, and Connor was like, "Can I get this bottle of Captain Morgan's? It says it's 11 quid. And I said, "No, mate, that's for just outside the EU." And then it clicked, and we went up and we checked, and yes, indeed you can. So there will be vodka galore in the hotel room.
Make the most of it, mate, and make sure you get yourself a Toblerone as well.
Oh, one of the big pervert ones, like the big airport Toblerones. Yeah. I'm thinking of gone white chocolate, Jack. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
White chocolate.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gilmore, Queeveen Kelleher gets two strong hands. Second ball breaks. Penalty to Norwich. Connor Bradley.
I think there's been signs of that though, Craig, hasn't there? You know, we've seen in the last few minutes or so, Norwich have started to have a couple more chances, started to test Kelleher a bit, and there, you know, there's an effort from Gilmore that Kelleher isn't able to properly claim, and you know, young Connor Bradley has ended up conceding a penalty.
I mean, right, answer me this. If this is a penalty, and I've got no bones if it is, by the way, you know, it rings a lot about the Kyle Walker incident to me. Very similar incident. Now, look, if this is a penalty, I've no issues. The ref's there to make the decision. It is whatever it is. Looks like it's going to be awarded. It is awarded. Right, so here we go. Let's talk through the penalty anyway.
It was Solis, by the way, that had that effort from distance. It's moving.
Saved! Saved! Yes! Go on, boys! Go on! And blocked as well. You love to see it. Go on, Queeveen!
Queeveen impressing again. I was just about to. I was just about to, Craig, I was just about to criticise Kelleher. Maybe potentially that effort from Solis, he should have done better with. We often praise Alisson Becker for how he saves and makes sure that there's no rebound possible, and when he parries, he doesn't parry it into dangerous areas.
Curtis Jones now showing his nimble footwork down the other end. Left foot, right foot, left foot, has a strike just over the bar. But here's a look at this replay again. Goes down the middle. Kelleher's legs get there. They try on the follow-up as well. Joe Gomez blocks. Well done, lads. Well done. Solis, as you said, Jack, with a penalty. But again, Caoimhín Kelleher, you'll remember that moment again. Great moment for the young man. Good save.
Yeah, really good save. He didn't do the greatest with the initial shot from Solis. He parries it straight to the Norwich man that was brought down by Connor Bradley. But it's a brilliant save with his feet there, Craig. For a man that was diving, Solis has gone straight down the middle, and Kelleher's kept his feet there and made an important stop. And Gomez has done brilliantly with the rebounds, by the way, putting his body right on the line. You love to see it, and it's still 1-0.
Naby's just had a go there on his left foot, breaks through with the edge of the box, frees himself up a yard of space. He has a strike, and look, less said about it, the better. Let's just say it was nothing like the strike the other day, halfway towards the corner flag. But I love that he's trying them. I love that he's backing himself.
Yeah, and I'm left-footed. That's like me with my left foot.
I am left-footed. I am actually left-footed, and that would still be like me on my left foot.
I'm left-footed as well, and it would be like me. Yeah,
there you go. Again, every time, just a little shout out to Goldbridge on this one. I don't know if you guys seen, but that when he was at the what are they called? The Clash of the Creators, made me sick. How good he was off both feet for the crossbar challenge. It genuinely made it look too easy. It made me sick. It was too easy looking. He obviously capable with both feet, because I had to trip myself up trying with my right foot. Here's Kelleher again. Look at him. Sweeper keeper roll. Again. Well done, Caoimhín. Again, Norwich are coming back into this though, Jack.
Yeah, they're getting back into it. Just on Kelleher, fully cemented himself as our number 2 now, and you can see a lot more similar to Alisson than Adrian is. He's very quick off his line. He's better with the ball at his feet. He's a good shot stopper. There's obviously improvements that Caoimhín can do, but he's still very, very young as well, and obviously is learning from one of the best goalkeepers in the world in Alisson Becker.
I thought you were talking about Connor learning from me there, but either way, it works. Either way. Lipok said, greatest Irish athlete ever, bar none. McGregor, who? Well, look, to be fair, I'm all up for the hype, but Katie Taylor gets that mantle for me of the greatest Irish athlete ever. I'm full on team Katie Taylor on that one. What an athlete she is. What is this one? Brentford win by 4-0. 4-0 on that one, is it? Let's go around. I'll give you guys the latest scores anyway. Well, Jack gives you a bit of just eye candy. I'll give you the latest scores. Brentford 4, Oldham 0, Burnley 0, Rochdale 0. Has there ever been a more Burnley type of game, by the way? Burnley, Rochdale 0-0. It's Manchester City 2, Wycombe 1, Norwich 0, Liverpool 1. Preston 2, Cheltenham 0. QPR 2-1 up against the Blues. Sheffield United 1, Southampton 1, Watford 0, Stoke City 1, Wigan 0, Sunderland 1, and Fulham 0, Leeds 0.
Some good scores there. Who scored for City, Craig? Because they've got a few youngsters out tonight.
Kevin De Bruyne and Riyad Mahrez. So none of the youngsters anyway. What is this gobshite talking about? Honestly, God, I even want to compliment somebody now. It's been, God, mate, just go fuck yourself. Honestly, Stadia. Bye-bye. Anyway, we move on. Second best Irish person after Craig. I'll take that. Right, here we go. Cross in again. It's blocked. We've got 2 minutes of additional time at the end of the first half. 30 seconds to go. Ball in from Norwich again. Hooked away. I mean, I'm kind of relieved as well, Jack, for Connor Bradley on that penalty incident. Nice that he won't have that on his conscience or on his mind either. What's 5-0 now? Brentford are up against QPR. 5-0. City are 3-1 up as well, by the way. They've just scored another one. So City 3-1 up. And 5-0 to Brentford. They're absolutely running riot there. 5-0.
And that's half time for us. And you know, I think it's been a decent first half. There were a couple of worries in there, Craig, but one that I'm sure Klopp will be impressed with. It's not a commanding lead, but it's a lead for now. And you know, some of the youngsters have impressed. Bar conceding the penalty, I think Conor Bradley's been really, really good. Konate has looked very good at the back today as well. And I think all three of our front three have looked bright in this early stages, and our high press has worked very, very well. One thing we do have to be careful with, though, Craig, is you know, in the final 10, 15 minutes of that half, I do feel like Norwich have started to grow into this game a bit more.
Yeah, they certainly have. We started off very quickly. You can see that we settled much quicker than Norwich, and it looked like we were going to just bombard them with attacks. But in fairness to Norwich, they've gradually worked their way back into the game. And as you said, towards the last 15, 20 minutes there, it was a 50-50 game. So set it up for a very, very good second half, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, while I have your attention, folks, we are being brought to you today with thanks to our friends at the Ultimate Fan app. If you don't know what Ultimate Fan is, let me just give you a 30-second shortcut as to how you can go about enjoying the Ultimate Fan app. Ultimate Fan is a brand new concept that incorporates FIFA pack openings along with your FPL love. You can sign up, and once you sign up, you'll get a free 10-card pack where you can start to make up your team. Yeah, you'll get points on things such as goals, assists, shots on target, tackles, won, clean sheets, and stuff as well. There's a £300,000 prize pool, and it is completely free to play. Every Tuesday, you'll receive an extra 3-pack of players as well, completely free, that you can use to strengthen your squad. Each match week, there is as much as $8,500 available in each individual week. So don't worry if you miss the start of the campaign. There is loads of stuff to keep you occupied, even if you're a late starter like me, who didn't get the first couple of weeks. I've come in, and we just missed out on the money last week, actually, on Anfield Agenda. I think we're about 60 places off being awarded a cash payout, down as low as 300, I think, got a cash payout. It is available to everybody in the UK and Ireland, age 18 plus, There's a link in the description. That lets the guys at Ultimate Fan know that we sent you over. You can top up your team with gold and silver packs as well, but they cap it at a maximum spend of £5 a month, which is, you know, what we want in this day and age. We don't want people spending money that they haven't got. It's one of the main reasons that we were willing to work with the guys at Ultimate Fan as well. On top of the fact that it is just a really good, fun, addictive game. There's a link in the description below, absolutely free. Have a go. See if you can beat the team at Anfield Agenda. And Jack's having a bit of a mare in his one, but I'm going to gloat about that.
To be fair, Craig, especially when it seems like an app that, you know, is one that looks like it's targeting kids, you know, with the FIFA element of it as well. I think that spending cap is perfect, because, you know, one thing I'm heavily critical of is you see the amount of kids that spend, you know, their mom and dad's money on FIFA packs and stuff like that. And, you know, for a while now, it's been a discussion of how FIFA can improve that and ensure that doesn't happen. And this spending cap, I think, is a really good thing from Ultimate Fan. And like you say, one of the reasons that we're willing to do this sponsorship, because, yeah, it's a really good app with some really good rules, and it's really good fun.
Yeah, as you said, a maximum spend of £5 a month, which, by the way, nobody I know has spent anything on it yet that I'm aware of. My daughter, myself, Connor, we've been happy with the players we've been getting. Today was 3-pack Tuesday, Jack. Did you open your 3-pack yet? And if so, what players did you get today, or what cards did you get? This is the part where Jack answers with the 3 players that he got in his card pack today.
Yeah, I got that scummy rat Richarlison, and besides that, no one good. I think it summed it up, you know. I answered, didn't I?
Yeah, there's a delay. There was a delay there. I don't know what caused it, but I could hear it myself. Yeah, no, you're coming through fine.
Hello?
Yes, you're fine. You're fine, mate. You're fine. All good. Let me just... Yes, mate. You're here.
Oh. Yeah. I got Richarlison the rat, but other than that, no one really.
I haven't opened mine yet. I'm keeping it for after the game. I haven't opened my pack yet. My daughter opened hers and she's still trying to find a goalkeeper. She's rooting around trying to find a goalkeeper. I don't want to tell her about the transfer option and stuff on it. I don't want to make it any easier for her. Let her free. It's all war, mate. Do you know what I mean? There's no love in the household when there's competitive stuff in actions. You can figure it out yourself. Yeah, time for Jack to pop in and out, I think, as he catches back up. Oh, look, I'm absolutely sound. I can play both.
What's going on with my Mackie's wife?
There he goes. Do you want to drop in and out and see if that fixes it, and I'll continue? I'll talk away while Jack goes in. Yeah, it is very strange, isn't it? It's a very surreal experience for me as well when this happens, and I'm like, well, where's Jack? Where's Jack? I will change the screen, and when Jack comes back in, we'll be good to go. Don't worry about this. Right, ladies and gentlemen, what are our thoughts at halftime anyway? What's your opinions on Brexit? It's done, is my opinion, mate. You know what I mean? It's done. And when it's done, it's done. Yeah, Jack hasn't got the greatest of connections there. Sometimes it can be StreamYard, though. StreamYard's a little bit picky at times. It's not the best of platforms to be used. And we use OBS normally. But when there's two of us like this, it's easier on StreamYard. What's this one? Please let me know if you need a mod. Most of the streams. I think we're good at the minute. Thank you. Craig Smells Lovely, which is a great name. And thank you for the super chat. But I think we're good with mods at the minute, my man. What have you got? Connections are always shocking these days, said Cody's Griffiths. Yeah, it seems to be much more of an issue in the UK. Fairly steady over here, at least where I live anyway. James said, Craig, can I download it? If you are over 18 and in the UK or Ireland, mate, then yes, the link should bring you straight to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store to download the app. All good, my man. All good. All good. Nice to catch up with people as well. Jack's back, says Jimmy Duggan. He's back.
Thank God for that. I don't know what's happening there. This McDonald's Wi-Fi that I've got here isn't great. But it's weird. Like I just heard you saying, I'm sat right by the Wi-Fi box. But for some reason, it's not working well, which, bearing in mind, Craig, we ran, the upload speed and download speed yesterday, and I've just checked, and it's exactly the same as it was yesterday. So I don't understand it.
This definitely sounds like a Connor Crosby question. Well, you can't work a fucking TV in a hotel room, but usually it's good to sort these things out. But as Kieran said, the only solution is for Jack to move over here and move in. Are you mad? You think I'm letting Jack loose in a house with my missus? Are you mad? Not a chance, mate. I'll be sleeping on the sofa before I know it. God almighty, not a hope in hell. There's no other handsome bastards coming into this house. There's already one in here, and his name's Lucas. So, yeah, other than that, we're all good. That was a good one, though, mate. Well played. What do we think of Jack halftime? If you're Jurgen Klopp, what are you saying to the boys? Any changes that you'd make there ahead of the second half?
Do I think Jurgen Klopp is saying, or what would I say if I was Jurgen Klopp? Because Jurgen Klopp is probably going, what are you doing? Why the fuck are you winning this? We don't want more games. But if I was in there, I'd be relatively impressed with that first half. I saw some very good things. We'd be wary of the fact that, as we both mentioned, Norwich were starting to grow into the game a little bit more. We've seen that they can threaten on the counter at times, but nonetheless, I think the high press has worked well. We've caused Norwich to make a few problems of their own and create their own problems. So yeah, for me, more of the same probably from Jurgen Klopp, and I'm sure we may see a couple of changes early in the second as he rests players like Naby Keita ready for the weekend.
There's a shout from Simple Rumble said, I would bring Balagizi on for Oxlade-Chamberlain. What are your thoughts on that one, Jack?
I'd have to be careful because it's Willie in hand stuff, that, Craig. I really rate Balagizi as a footballer. He's absolutely outstanding. He's really impressive. He's one that gets you on the edge of your seat. He's a player that we signed from Manchester City young. Unfortunately for him, he's had a lot of injuries, but last season he really managed to get a season where he was injury free and he really impressed. And he started this season in fine form too. But I'm delighted to see him on the bench today because I think he's earned it. You know, 16 goal involvements for him in his last 27 appearances for the academy. So it shows, you know, how good he's been recently.
Yeah, sorry, I'm laughing at our chat because they know my sense of humour only too well. David Newell said, Craig wouldn't let Jack live there, filling the fridge up with Pepsi Max, taking up all that Diet Coke space in the fridge. He knows me only too well, mate. He's damn right as well. I don't even let my son put his Pepsi Max in the fridge. Damn him. If he's got to go against the grain, he can drink it. He can drink it at room temperature. Not like me with my Diet Coke with the little trickle of water running down the edge of the cool can. Just to get myself ready, Jack. You're talking about tissue moments. These are mine, mate. These are mine. Cans of Diet Coke.
Well, I can't stand Diet Coke. It tastes of metal. But yeah.
You're not supposed to eat the can, mate. You're not supposed to eat the can.
No, I don't eat it. But no, it's it's just too metallic for me. Yeah, it tastes of like when I used to have braces. It tastes like the braces used to taste. Yeah, not good.
Never had braces, so can't comment on that one. But I'll take your word for it, mate. I'll take your word for it. I don't know what it is. Like, I get offended if I go to a restaurant or a cafe or whatever, a pub, and I say, can I have a pint of Diet Coke, or can I have a Diet Coke, and they go, well, Pepsi Max do. No, it won't do. No, that's like saying, can I have a Bulmers, and somebody going, no, that's all right. Would you like a Strongbow? No, I want Coke. If you don't have Coke, then fuck off with the C&C deal and get Coca-Cola in here, quick smart. There's a hotel that my wife's parents have gym memberships in, and they get discount in the hotel for having the gym membership, and they always invite us up for dinner and stuff up there because, you know, they're really nice people. And every time I go up, I'm just like, oh, no, I'm getting no Diet Coke today because they only do Pepsi, and it's always a pain in the arse. Right, here's one. Is there any pacey young wingers in our academy, Jack? That's definitely a question for you.
In terms of, you know, real raw pace, like someone like Mohamed Salah or someone like that, not really, but in terms of like someone who's quick-footed, and very good on the ball, good dribbler, you've got look nowhere else other than Mateusz Musialowski, because that man, I hate comparing, but his dribbling style is very similar to obviously the GOAT that is Lionel Messi. Real low center of gravity, really, really impressive. So yeah, keep your eye on him. James DaraAzizi is one that I like as well. You've got Oakley Cannoneer, the ball boy for corner taken quickly. Marugi, yeah, he's started the season really well as well. So yeah, lots of very good young players. Tyler Morton as well is one that I like, and he's on the bench tonight as well, I believe. So yeah, lots of talent in our academy. There really is.
Just a heads up on this one. Oh, not that one. Sorry, not that one. This one. Nico Williams picked up a knock, I believe, on international duty with Wales, which has ruled him out. That's why he's not available. But again, with every negative, there's a positive, and the positive is that Connor Bradley is getting an opportunity tonight. And you know, he was the person that gave away the penalty. But other than that, you know, I think again a good showing from Connor Bradley, and there is a lot of faith. I keep going on about the article Quiva O'Neill wrote in the Athletic about Connor Bradley, but it was a very good, insightful piece that lets you know how quickly he's developed and come along.
Yeah, I think it was very unfortunate for Connor Bradley. You know, like you say, he is the silver lining in the dark cloud of Nico's injury. But yeah, for me, he's had a very good first half. We've seen some real bright moments from him. Unfortunate with that penalty decision, but it doesn't matter because we've got Kelleher between the sticks, and that was a really, really good save from the spot. And yeah, it's been a very good first half. There's been lots of positives in this for me. We've just got to be careful now that we don't let Norwich come back in the game and we try and control it. And another goal pretty early in the second half would be very ideal for us.
It would. This gentleman wants to know, Craig, what's your thoughts on Benitez not using James Rodriguez, 200 grand a week? Look, I think Benitez is somebody who won't bow down to anybody and picks who he thinks will get the job done. So, again, like any manager, he mustn't like what he's seen on the training ground if he hasn't picked them. So, I don't know what to say. I don't give a shite about Everton in any way, shape or form. I really don't. So, it sounds like it's a whole lot of their problem, Jack, to me, and not ours.
Tyler Morton is coming on. So
yes,
that
I'm seeing that there now. Jack has again frozen. Tyler Morton is coming on to replace Naby Keita for the second half.
Yeah, it's Tyler Morton, the man that was bought off. Well, the boy that was bought off for the under-23s at half-time at the weekend. He's going to get a full half of football here. It's not shown on my screen yet, Craig, who he's coming on for.
Naby.
For who, sorry?
Naby.
Yeah, I think that's expected. Naby, I expect to start or have, a big involvement against Brentford at the weekend. So 45 minutes for him. Bring on a young lad for his debut here, Tyler Morton, who for me is a very good young talent as well. And let's see what this guy can do on the big stage.
Absolutely. Another show of faith from the manager. And again, another one coming through the academy system to keep an eye on, which I do love to see. Right. Hopefully it was precautionary. Again, we don't have audio on when we're watching the game. So if anybody's heard anything from Sky or anything like that, I don't think... Go on.
I have no doubt it will be precautionary. He was moving fine before half-time. And, he was probably the one person that I was shocked to see start today. I really was. Because, as I say, I expect him to start or at least have a big involvement in that game against Brentford. I think 45 minutes was probably always the plan for Naby today, because we need to make sure he's still got that rhythm. So he's still getting minutes and he's still getting, time in back-to-back games and stuff like that to show that he can play, 3 times a week and stuff like that. But at the same time, the Brentford game at the weekend is more important, and 45 minutes was probably always the plan for Naby Lad this evening.
A really good opportunity there for Norwich from a sloppy pass, I think, from Conor Bradley. But thankfully, the shot went high over Queevy and Kelleher's crossbar. Again, just another warning sign. And for anybody who wants to sync, I am now at 46 minutes 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Yeah, a little bit of sloppy play there down the our right-hand side. Bradley's pass intercepted, and Norwich had a pretty decent opportunity. I don't know why. I think it was Gomez. I don't know why he didn't lunge in a little bit earlier. It looked like he had a chance to win that second ball.
Maybe it's, in the mind, the injury last season. Like you say, a bit sloppy there between Tyler Morton and Conor Bradley. I thought Tyler Morton's pass to Conor Bradley wasn't the greatest, and then Bradley gave it straight to the Norwich man. So, yeah, for me, we got to be better at the back. I spoke a lot in the first half about Norwich doing that, us pressing them high and winning the ball back in their half because they were causing their own problems. And there, in the second half early on, we've just done it ourselves.
Again, for those looking to sync, I'm now at 47 minutes 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Right, here we go on the attack. Well, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, right-hand side. These are the type of games, Jack, that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is going to have to start, showing he's a class above. You want to see him taking games like this with a scruff of the neck, being one of the senior players out there, and he's trying to get involved. Ball in. It drops. Costas. Curtis Jones and Norwich just about cleared it. Sorry, these are the type of games, Jack, you want to see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain really grab him by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, he wasn't great in the first half. I've seen a lot of the comments criticising him, and obviously the usual that you get. I don't think it was a poor performance from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, but we know he can do better. And like you say, Craig, I think you summarised that perfectly. These are the games that he should be coming away and being the star of. But once again, he's not done that in the first half. And it's just such a shame to see, because in that last pre-season game against Osasuna, I thought he was outstanding and he looked like, old Ox. But we've not seen it so far yet this season. And it needs to change and soon, because he's playing for his Liverpool future and he's playing for more minutes in this Liverpool side. So I'd like to see better from him, but it was good work from him on the right-hand side there with Conor Bradley. I was impressed with that. A nice 1-2 or 2. And yeah, nearly bought that good chance that you said before. So it's interesting as well that Kostas Tsimikas has caused an injury to Curtis Jones by smacking the ball at him. If you'd mind, causing injuries to our own players, that would be very nice.
Yeah, thankfully he's back up on another action here. Tsimikas with a cross. Divock 2-0. Divock Origi has made it 2-0 to the Reds. Beautiful cross. Good play left-hand side. Costas Tsimikas gets to the byline. Cuts in another perfect cross. We know he has it in his arsenal. Plays it in. Divock Origi still had a lot to do with the header. He guides it past Angus Gunn to the far post. And it is Norwich 0, the Reds 2. Perfect. Just what you said, Jack. Early goal, second half.
Well, there he is. Yeah, and there he is, Craig. Once again, Costas Tsimikas world class. With what was once again showing his brilliant crossing ability, and he's started this season really, really well. And what a lovely ball that is! What lovely play that is from Costas Tsimikas. And again, it's a good finish from Divock Origi. I'm just seeing it on my screen again now. Good play, bringing it from right to left. Curtis Jones has Tsimikas on his overlap, and first time into the box. But take nothing off Divock Origi there as well, Craig. He had to obviously adjust his position, get his neck down, and it's a good headed finish from Divock. And it's a good move all round. But up the Costas Tsimikas world class.
Yep, absolutely. It's Tuesday night, and I like the way you move, Divock Origi. It's party time, and not 1 minute we can lose. Divock Origi, da 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 dum, dee 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 da dee da da da. Oh, ooh! I tell you what, Jack, you're a few seconds behind, and the flag was up. I tell you what, we were nearly caught napping there. Either just he was offside, so it doesn't count. But yeah, delighted for Divock. A good showing against AC Milan, and he's followed that up tonight, Jack, with a goal, an important goal in this one as well.
Yeah, it's a really, really good headed finish, that, and it's come at a perfect time in the game, Craig. It really has. You know, we started the second half a bit shaky, gave Norwich that chance, but I said this is exactly what we need. Second half goal, and that's what we've got. And it's come via Divock Origi, who's had his critics since the summer, but it was really good against Milan. Only thing missing from that performance for him was a goal, but he's got that goal tonight, and he does deserve it.
John W. Henry said the 6-0 is still on, Mr. Gill. Here's Divock again. Unlucky son. Tries to pick out the far corner. This one's a special one for me because this comes from my friend who now lives in the Lake District. And by the way, Jack, I never realised quite how goddamn beautiful the Lake District was until Casper, my mate here, sent me a picture of himself and his missus. One of them was in a kayak and the other one was on, what's it they called those? The ones you stand up on with a paddleboard, is it? Is that what they're called? Absolutely beautiful part of the world. And here's Suxi as well, right on cue with the Tsimikas LFC goal, 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 goal. Ric Flair emoji, you love to see it. Well played. And yeah, 2-0. But yeah, the Lake District, Jack, have you been?
No, I've never been. Never been the Lake District. It's somewhere I'd be interested to go though. But yeah, I've just watched that Norwich chance back. I don't know if you're aware, Craig, but Kelleher's got a touch on that. And it's once again really, really good goalkeeping from him. Really, really impressed with Kelleher today. I have been. Once again, he's showing, paying Klopp back for putting his faith in the youngster and making him what is now our number 2. So yeah, really impressed with him today.
Just an update on some of the scores from around the grounds, folks. It's still Brentford 5, Oldham 0, but Rochdale had gone 1-0 up against Burnley, but it's been pegged back. It's now Burnley 1, Rochdale 1. City 3-1 up against Wickham. Liverpool obviously 2 goals to the good here against Norwich. Preston are now 2-0 up against Cheltenham. QPR 2, Everton 2 in that game. Sheffield United 1, Southampton 1. Watford 0, Stoke City 1. Wigan Athletic 0, Sunderland 1, and Fulham 0, Leeds 0 still in that one. Chambo, flags up.
John W. Henry there saying that Tsimikas is quality, no doubt. And that's why he's called Costas Tsimikas world class, isn't he? And that's why he's been dubbed with that brand new name, because he's phenomenal. And no, he's given us something different this year, Craig. And, we were worried when Robbo got that injury in pre-season. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as we thought. But Tsimikas has already had more game time than he did in the whole of last season. And he's repaid Klopp's faith because he's shown that he can bring us something different on that left-hand side. And his crossing ability is absolutely fantastic. And he's shown it once again there with another assist. And this time picking out Divock with what was a lovely cross and a good headed finish from the Belgian.
Yeah, it was really good, and it just immediately made me think about the cross from the corner that Sadio scored from the other day. It was Mohamed Salah made the late run to the penalty spot, headed down again from Costa Simica set piece. He really does have the capability to come in and be a very able deputy to Andy Robertson, or to challenge Andy Robertson, dare I say it, Jack, in that left back position.
Yeah, I saw an interesting tweet the other day, and it's one that would, I'm sure, divide opinion. But there's something about Sadio Mane this season. He seems to perform better when he's playing with Costa Simicas, and for me that's no worry and no issue. It's just probably been when Mane's better games have been, but it does show that Simicas can bring us something different on that left hand side and can help the team as a whole. And like we've seen, time and time again with Simicas, he's really, really capable of producing a fantastic cross. And yeah, what a delivery that was.
It really was right on the money, and still a little bit of work to do, as you said, for Divock. But again, showed those neck muscles, whipped it in, past Angus Gunn, nothing he could do about it. Somebody said their family in the chat from the Lake District. So, Steve Bland has a gaff in the Lake District as well, Jack. And we're going to be putting pressure on Steve to open up them doors for an Anfield Agenda session on the Lake District. I mean, I can think of nothing worse for the people there, us arriving, full-on Chavmobile. Steve's family, Scarlett, seeing us lads coming out with the flagons of cider and the bottles of vodka and all. But, these things got to be done.
Yep, he's got to, now he's part of the Anfield Agenda family. He's got to open his arms for us, Craig, and let us in.
You definitely want to reiterate, Jack said the word arms there. Arms for everybody. He's got to open his arms. Just reiterating, just saying there's levels. We don't push too much here for people. Do you know what I mean? There's stuff we do expect, and, we do have a line that we draw. Shout out from Austin, Texas, Barry as well. How are you, Barry O'Callaghan? I've heard, by the way, I've never been to Austin, Texas, but I've heard that it's one of the most European type cities in America. Obviously a huge tech community there as well. Lots of startups and stuff in Austin, Texas. But yeah, loads of people I know that have emigrated have ended up in that part of Texas. Don't know if you've ever been, Jack, but it's supposed to be a really nice spot.
No, I've never been to America, mate. Never. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, I'm just thinking of that party we're going to have when the Reds win the quad.
Oh, mate, I'm telling you, if it happens on this season like that, I really do hope that we can organise, like if we're looking like we'll be pushing for a league title or Champions League place or something, or Champions League win. I want to do something special live with people to celebrate it. I don't want it to be just normal watch along. I want to do a live event. We were really close to doing it for the last Champions League final, but we just felt we were a little bit too small at the time and probably couldn't justify it. But I think we might do something. A sync. Mackenzie wants to sync. No problem, dude. It is now 57 minutes and 40 seconds. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Corner here to the Reds. Another opportunity from a set piece. Jack, I believe, I know this isn't a league game, but I believe we've scored the most from set pieces over the past season or two in the Premier League.
Yeah, which is interesting, isn't it? You wouldn't think that's the case, but we do have some aerial threats. And we've brought in Konate too, and we saw his ability in the air in that first half. Was very unlucky with a header from a corner. We know what Van Dijk and Matic bring us as well. So yeah, but I've just noticed, Craig, I think Ox has been a lot better in the second half. Still not at his best, but he's shown his class at times. And there, he tried to strike it from distance. Good block for in the end from, I think it was Ben Gibson for Norwich. Once again, another good delivery from the corner from Costa Simicas. But in the end, it goes way over from Joe Gomez, who has still never scored for Liverpool, has he?
Not sure, mate. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Breaking news, though. Party in Joanne's gaff. She lives in Cumbria at the Lake District, so there's an invitation there for us all to go over. There you go. You don't want to wish these things because, we're like Beetlejuice, Joanne. Say your name 3 times and we shall appear. Here we go. Norwich in possession. Just about to get to the hour mark now. Obviously, one change made so far for the Reds. Naby Keita was replaced by Morton, which I believe was precautionary. I don't think there was any injury involved in it. Jack, you said Naby was moving well before he went off?
Yeah, he was moving absolutely fine. As I said, I think before the game it would have been agreed he plays 45 minutes and then he starts at the weekend too. and we'll probably see him play best part of potentially even 90 minutes at the weekend. It's just about getting rhythm in the legs of Naby Keita now, after what has been a stop-start career for him at Liverpool so far, with lots of injuries. So yeah, I think it's a good sign. And for me, he played all right in that first half. He'll be rested now for the weekend. Put your feet up, put an ice pack on it. Make sure them breadstick legs of his are taken care of before Brentford, because we need him to start with our recent injuries in midfield.
Want to just take a second as well, ladies and gents, just address Divock Origi, because fair to say he's having a bit of a renaissance, Jack, over the past couple of appearances that he started. And, Stephen Kenny, the Irish manager, in the crowd as well, watching this game, no doubt will be looking at Ida and Queevy and Kelleher and stuff as well. But, yeah, I mean, look, I've been very critical of Divock Origi, but like Jurgen Klopp said, he works hard, he gives it his all, he got himself a goal today that his performance deserved. In these type of games, you want players like Divock to stand out. And it was a great cross that picked him out, but he was also involved in the opening goal as well with the header down for Takumi Minamino, Jack. So, good work right here from Divock, and he deserves some of the plaudits that he's going to get for the performance. Sets up again right there. Kate Gordon should have scored. And it was set up by
the
Divock
Belgian Revolution, as I'm calling it, Craig. But no.
Oh, there we go. Don't know if you can still hear me, Jack, but yeah, good chance there for Kate Gordon.
Yeah, I've not quite seen it yet. You mentioned Divock Origi before. I'm calling it the Belgian Revolution from him. He's a man that had to prove us all wrong. We all said, he'd reached his peak at Liverpool potentially. We'd outgrown him. We needed better options than him now, but he's showing that he's still a decent option for us. And I questioned him in terms of his work ethic. He didn't seem to have his heart in it anymore. But in the games that we've seen him so far, he's been impressive, and he's impressed today. And that's a lovely work on the left-hand side from the Belgian to, eventually reach the byline and pull it back to the 16-year-old Kate Gordon. And Kate Gordon himself there that he didn't manage to keep it down, but it's unlucky. And if he keeps trying and keeps getting in them positions, it'll come.
Yeah, it's been a good renaissance, as you said, or a revolution, the Belgian revolution. But in fairness to him, he will have chances this season. We know that a couple of the lads are going to be away for the AFCON. He's getting his chance here in the League Cup. He got his chance in the Champions League, and every single occasion he's delivered. He set Mohamed Salah up with a lovely little chip over the top in the Champions League game. And the club will be wanting him to have an impact on these type of occasions. And in fairness to the lad, he's absolutely doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. A goal and an assist for him today. Really impressive. His assist wasn't the greatest of assists, but you take them all. Stat merchant now, Divock. But yeah, I thought his assist against Milan was a really, really good assist. I'm just watching that Kelleher save from the penalty spot back as well, Craig, and what a crucial part and a moment in this game that will be. Both that save and Gomez heroics from the rebound, because 1-0 at the time, just before half time, it really had an opportunity for the game to completely turn. But no, Kelleher with a real fine save, and now it's 2-0 and we look in cruise control.
And again, in front of Stephen Kenny watching on as well, the Irish manager, because let's be quite blunt about this. He's in one hell of a fight with Gavin Banzunu, who's having an absolute worldie at the minute in every international he plays for Ireland. Wow, 10-0. 10-0. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. But yeah, he's got a real fight in his hands with Gavin Banzunu on loan at Portsmouth, I believe, Manchester City keeper. But yeah, that's what I want as an Irish fan. I'm happy to see two top level keepers battle it out.
Yeah, and that was my worry for Kelleher, because who doesn't want to play for the best club in England? But I think I can see someone preparing to come on now for the Reds as well.
Choo. Andy Robertson.
Andy Robbo, yeah, probably for Tsimikas. Obviously, he's played a lot of football recently. But yeah, with Ireland, that was my worry for Kelleher. Would he want to go elsewhere? and play week in, week out, and make sure he is a regular in the national side as well, because we know he's good enough. But no, he's not gone out on loan. He stayed with us. He's our number 2 still, and he's getting good minutes, important minutes in competitions like this, and he's impressing. So yeah, I'm really, really impressed with Keller today. Like I said, there was the odd shaky moment. I do think he could have done better with that parry in the first half that led to the penalty. But things like that will come. Considering he's not played much football, career first team football anyway, club level. I think he's a fine young goalkeeper, and one that's only going to get better and better.
Substitution here, by the way. Costas Tsimikas is coming off to be replaced by Andy Robertson. And somebody asked in the chat, could I sink? No problem whatsoever. I'm now at 65 minutes, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Right, yeah, busy 25 minutes to go here. Robbo on to get some minutes as well. Is this an indication, Jack, perhaps that we might see Costas Tsimikas play at the weekend? You're getting taken off with 65 on the clock, or do you think it's just Klopp just rotating around, keeping everyone fresh?
I think it's Klopp rotating around, keeping everyone fresh. Obviously, we saw Robbo got rested at the weekend, therefore he can get minutes under his belt now. There's no need for him to miss out on the whole game. Costas Tsimikas, as I said, has already played more game time than he did in the entire season last year. So that shows as well. I think it's trying to preserve the fitness of him too. So yeah, I think that's one thing that we will try and do more often this year with Andy Robertson. Make sure that we keep rotating him, keep him fit and fresh, because that's never anything. It's not something we've ever been able to do during his Liverpool career, is it? Because we've not had a good enough option, and at times we've tried it with Milner, but it's just not the same. So it's rare that you've seen Andy Robbo miss a game for Liverpool since he cemented himself as a regular for Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, it provides us with a different option, as I said earlier, and someone certainly to keep Robbo on his toes.
Absolutely. More competition only increases productivity, only increases the levels of players. And as they feel a little bit under pressure, they got to know they got to perform or look over the shoulder, and there'll be a lad there wanting to take their shirt. So I'm all for it, Jack. I'm all for increased competition. Yeah,
and like that says there from Zane, 135 minutes in 3 days is a big jump up from when you hardly played, 10 minutes last season. So yeah, for me, simple, sensible substitution once again from Jurgen Klopp, and it'll be good to see Andy Robbo now, and hopefully there's a few more goals for the Reds in this and a clean sheet.
Yeah, shout out to Zane as well for the stat. Really appreciate that, mate. That is, when you put it into context like that, it really does show the increase in minutes that he's had. As Jack said, last season he barely had a look in between injuries and what else. So great to see that we're finally getting to see what the recruiting staff and the scouts seen in Costas Tsimikas, Jack, which is almost, dare I say, the carbon copy of Robbo to some extent.
To a certain extent, yeah. And there's differences as well, which makes it a very, very good backup and a very, very good option for Jurgen Klopp, Costas Tsimikas. And once again, it shows, like people have been asking with Konate, why didn't Klopp play him straight away? Why is he doing what he's doing with Konate? Sometimes it works really well when Klopp likes to bed players in, and he knows how to perfectly bed new players into a different game over here in England in the Premier League. So yeah, Costas Tsimikas is a prime example of that. We also know with Robbo and Fabinho, we didn't throw them straight in from the get-go. They had time on the bench before they became regulars under Jurgen Klopp, and now they're definitely one of the best players in both their positions. So yeah, for me, Costas Tsimikas proven himself this season as a real good option for us.
Double change here, double attacking change by Daniel Farke as he goes in search of a couple of goals to bring this tie back around. Pukki and Rashica are on now for Solis and Mumba, Jack. So Teemu Pukki and Milo Rashica, who is of course a player who we were linked with at one point, the former Werder Bremen man.
Yep, I think as well. He's got nothing to lose now, Daniel Farke. He's losing by 2 goals, and then it's a knockout. He's got nothing to lose. They're losing by 2-0. Knockout competition, obviously the League Cup, and confidence is low in the camp at Carrow Road at the minute. So yeah, they'll go all gung ho now, I'm sure, and try and get something from this game.
This is where hopefully we have a chance to release the likes of Cade Gordon now with that pace of his on the counter. It's set up for an intriguing last 20 minutes. The Reds thankfully have that 2-goal buffer to nil, which is great. Let me just take you around the grounds again, ladies and gents, give you an update on all the latest EFL Cup ties. Brentford now 6-0 up, Jack. They're fully gone full on Jack Gill here. 6-0 up against Oldham Athletic. That's what you get for employing Scholes as your former manager, lads. A bit of a 6-0 whooping there from Brentford. Got to put them, by the way, in fine form ahead of our visit to Brentford on Saturday. Then it's Burnley 3-1 up now against Rochdale. City 3-1 up against Wickham. Liverpool, of course, 2-0 up against Norwich. Preston 2-1 up against Cheltenham. Still 2-2 between QPR and Everton. Sheffield United 2, Southampton 2, Watford 1, Stoke 1, so Watford have equalised there. Sunderland now 2-0 up away at Wigan, and it's still 0-0 between Fulham and Leeds United.
Yeah, it's interesting as well, that Sunderland-Wigan game, because Wigan have a lot of Sunderland's players from last season. So, yeah, Sunderland beat them earlier on in the season as well, so their fans will be loving that. They've ended up having a bit of a rivalry with Wigan. Interesting to see the scores around there. As you mentioned, Brentford will be full of confidence. They're doing really well in the Premier League at the minute, and they're coming into our game off what looks like it's going to be a really, really big win. But yeah, I just want to point out as well, Craig, because we've not mentioned him much, but I think Tyler Morton's done really well since he's come on as well. He's done really good in that midfield. He's slotted in. He's not looked out of place at all. He did well there to, force Norwich to give the ball straight to Curtis Jones, who then won the Reds a free kick. So, yeah, I think it's been a really good performance this all round. We saw at times last season when we played the kids in cup competitions, we were very, very open at the back. But I think we've been very defensively aware today as well, Craig. I think though we've looked good going forwards, and obviously we find ourselves having scored 2 goals, we've looked a lot stronger at the back, and that might be due to the partnership of Konate and Joe Gomez, but nonetheless, I think it's been a very good team performance. I really do.
Yeah, again, another attempted free kick there from Chamberlain, which was straight into the wall, wasn't great at all, but it did allow Norwich a quick counter-attack that thankfully Robbo was back to snuff out danger. Just as I say that, Norwich win themselves a corner here, right-hand side, with 18 minutes to go.
Yeah, it looked like a handball after he hit the wall then from the free kick Ox as well. He certainly moved his hand towards the ball, whether it hit it or not. Sloppy from Ox, and it makes you wonder if it's not long before we'll see him coming off and maybe the introduction of the young James Balagizi, who I'd absolutely love to see.
I've got to say, if he is to be taken off, Jack, it will be an underwhelming performance, to say the least, from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain today. We've cleared the corner, by the way, Robbo, at the near post. Yeah,
there's been some good moments from him, but, most of the game, like you say, he's not been anything special from Ox. He's underwhelmed, and he's the player that should be really leading by example for Liverpool, particularly going forwards today. But once again, not a great performance from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and times are in and out for him to, impress the staff at Liverpool and as supporters again, and show that there's still a play more minutes for Liverpool Football Club, because at the minute he just keeps going lower and lower down the pecking order.
He does, and Norwich had a really good opportunity there from the edge of the box. I thought for a second they were going to pick out the top corner. Robbo tried to play across for a ball that was intercepted. Norwich had a strike edge of the box. I tell you, he's not too far away with that, looking for the top corner. And I do agree with what Jack said. These are the type of occasions I think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain should be looking to really stamp his authority. Bit of an update, Jack, on the scores. Thank you to everybody in the chat. And this one is now Manchester City 4-1 up against Wickham. Thank you to everybody with that update.
Yeah, when at one point, it looked like Wickham might go on and win that game. It's really turned the other way, hasn't it? But yeah, it was a good effort from Norwich, that one you were talking about before, but poor from Andy Robertson. I don't know what he's thinking there. Poor crossfield pass. And we were nearly made to pay. And on a night when, Tsimikas has impressed again, Robbo must be shitting bricks at the minute. And you can see it with passes like that.
Good bit of build-up play here. The Reds have worked it out left-hand side. Here comes Taki. Robbo goes on the overlap, plays a little bit behind him. Robbo Again, gives the ball away, plays it off a Norwich player, and Norwich have it back now with Angus Gunn. So 15 to go, just over 15, I should say. It's now 74 minutes, 30 seconds for anyone looking to sink. Again, Jack, if we can come away with the win here, regardless of it's 2-0, 3-0, 2-1, whatever it might be, it's just great that these lads will have booked their place in the next round of the League Cup. Got the job done.
Yeah, definitely. Really important. When you can make wholesale changes and still book your place in the next round, it shows, you do have good depth, and that's something we've doubted at times, isn't it? And it's a night where we've not had any injuries so far, touch wood. And we've been impressive, even, having rested all our, the majority of the players that will probably start against Brentford at the weekend. So, yeah, successful night so far.
As I agree with this from David, Norwich have had plenty of chances, mate. But I suppose in the early rounds of these competitions, when they're a bit of a hodgepodge or a mix of starting 11s from managers, particularly Premier League managers, sometimes you just don't get that consistency of play, and you do have to ride your luck a little bit. But at the end of the day, I think on the balance of play, will have deserved this victory, if I'm being honest. But it hasn't been a one-sided affair, that is fair to say. Again, penalty saved by Creevy and Kelleher in the first half at a very, very important moment, Jack, one that could have tied the game up.
Yeah, definitely. A hugely important moment in the match, and that's one that's certainly helped the game swing in our favour. If Norwich managed to get themselves back in the game there, I think the game would have gone very differently. But football's a weird game, and this time it's worked in our favour. It's brilliant save from the spot from Quivy and Kelleher. We have to be honest, it's not the best penalty from Solis, but once again another confidence booster for the Irish goalkeeper. And yeah, it's been really impressive from start to finish from Liverpool in my opinion. And yeah, hopefully we can hold on to the win and make sure that we keep a clean sheet as well, because that would it would improve. It would show the balance that I'm talking about that we've seen from this Liverpool side in this game.
Another substitution here from Norwich. Lee Milieu coming off to be replaced by Kieran Dowell. So it's Pierre Lees Milieu coming off to be replaced by Kieran Dowell. Again, as Norwich go in search of a goal to try and find their way back into this game. Kay Gordon, by the way, a lot of people talking about Kay Gordon in the chat as a future star. Absolutely agree with you. It was one of the things myself and Jack were really excited about seeing tonight was, of course, Kay Gordon getting another opportunity.
Yeah, and there's been some great moments from him. Mainly that first half moment when, he showed his dancing feet, cut in from the right-hand side, produced a lovely effort that went just wide, hit the side netting. And that would have been a truly special goal if that had gone in from the 16-year-old. Of course, he would have replaced Ben Woodburn as our youngest ever goal scorer from when he scored against Leeds in the Cup a few years back. But yeah, it was a real good effort from Kay Gordon, and he's had a couple of good chances today. And as I said, in the last chance, he was kicking himself after he missed it, but he needs to keep his confidence up because he's getting in all the right positions to get these chances, and he's really impressed me again tonight, Craig. Future star, that's for sure.
Just a sync. Somebody asked for a sync, no problem. 78 05 06 07 08 09 78 10. Comment here from Black Magic said, on a different note, I hope all the stuff I'm hearing about Bobby Firmino leaving Liverpool in the near future is playground banter. Bobby means a lot to fans. He's my favourite player at the club, mate, but I might be mistaken. Was it Tony Cascarino or somebody that spoke about this recently, which was just an opinion that he thinks Bobby Firmino is maybe the one to move on? I don't know of anything concrete that I haven't heard that anyway. I don't know about you, Jack, on Bobby Firmino's future.
I think Piers said a few weeks back that, well, I say a few weeks back, probably longer than that now. I'm probably talking a few months. But I think he said that only two of the front three will receive new contracts. But I don't know whether that means whether that's, long term or whether that's just two of the three during this season and then the other one will be renewed next summer. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Out of the front three, I think it probably would be, Bobby that we see go first.
Goal! Tacky on the double. Ruby, you're a little bit ahead of us. Well played. Tacky on the double. Takumi Minamino has got Liverpool's third, his second on the night. Book those tickets. We are through to the next round of the League Cup. Manchester City's reign as Carabao Cup holders, Jack. Hopefully we bring that to an end. Takumi Minamino got a third. I seen it in the chat and I was thinking, is this right? Is somebody trolling? I'll leave it be. And then I see the play build up. And yes, Takumi Minamino was got it. It comes from a throw-in. Connor Bradley, a little bit of a mix-up. Timo Pukki ends up with the ball. Norwich tried to work it out. Liverpool win it back. Chamberlain rolls it into Taki. Loads of work to do. Little scoop past the keeper. Well played, Taki. And that's what it was. A little scoop.
Once again, he's done really well to finish that, Craig. And he's really impressed me with his finishing this evening, Takumi Minamino. We have to praise Ox there. He's got in a good position. Norwich cause their own problems, but Ox is the one that pounces on it, wins the ball back, and he gets the assist for Takumi Minamino's goal. But I'm just watching it back here, really, really good tackle from Tyler Morton. Really, really good to win the ball back for the Reds. He's had a really, really good game since coming off the bench at half-time. And it's an interesting finish from Takumi Minamino. It's a dragged finish into the bottom corner past Angus Gunn, who probably should have done better. But like you say, beyond reach for Norwich, root and goal. The Reds will be in that hat for the fourth round. And you love to see it, don't you, Craig?
You do, and again, a little reminder for the gaffer here. Oh, here's Pukki for Norwich. Nah, he's pulled it wide. Little reminder for the gaffer, Takumi Minamino and Divock Origi both giving Jurgen Klopp a little nudge on the shoulder, Jack, to say, we're still here, we're still fighting for a place. Don't count us out just yet.
Yeah, I've told you, this is finishing 6-0. We're going to see a last 10-minute Divock Origi triple. And finishing 6-0 to the Reds. I'm telling you now. But yeah, it's been a good night for Liverpool from start to finish. Like I say, we'll all have a party, we'll all have a party, we'll all have a party when the Reds win the quad.
Jack, we've got no money, mate, but we're going to win the League Cup. We've got no money, but the Reds are still going to win the League Cup. We'll take it. We'll take any trophy. Any trip to Wembley for the lads will do.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. We've not been there for a while, have we, Anfield South? So yeah.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, I was bulling the last time. Hang on, here we go. Overhead from Norwich. Creeping Kelleher saves it. So I was in a supporters club the last time Liverpool got to the semi-finals where we played Aston Villa at Wembley, and I had the option of going to. That game. I've never been to Wembley before. And I really wanted to go. So I had the option of going to that game or bypassing that ticket and be guaranteed one for the final. So I rolled the dice and said, I'll hang off and I'll take the final ticket. And it bit me in the ass, mate, needless to say. But I'm glad I didn't travel over for it because it was a horrendous performance. But yeah, I've never been to Wembley. And I thought I was going to get to see an AJ fight there. I thought that this fight coming up at the weekend was going to be at Wembley, but it was obviously announced in Spurs Stadium. So I've already been to that stadium. It is amazing, and I can't wait to go over this weekend. But a little trip to Wembley, I wouldn't mind it, Jack.
Yeah, I was there at Liverpool Villa in the FA Cup semi-final. What a dismal display that was, and reminds us of the days we don't want to remember with Liverpool Football Club. But yeah, once again, a really good challenge there from Tyler Morton. Craig, what a performance it's been from him. He's been an unsung hero for Liverpool in this second half, but he's controlled the midfield. He's made a very good couple of challenges. I've been really, really impressed with Tyler Morton today.
It hasn't got a notice in the chat either, Jack. I've seen lots of people leaving positive comments in there about Tyler Morton and his performance in the second half since he came on, which is, again, something, Jack, as we said earlier on, you love to see.
Yeah, we do. Like I say, you love the performances of the youngsters in competitions like this, not just at Liverpool, but everywhere. It's where they get to showcase their talent at St. Lev, and Tyler Morton is one that didn't get to play from the start, but he got 45 minutes and he's taken the opportunity with both hands and produced a very, very, very good performance.
Good ball.
He's been really impressive.
Good ball, Robbo. Curtis Jones now inside the penalty area. He runs out of space. Apparently they're belting out the Luis Suarez song, Jack, around Carrow Road there, the Travelling Club.
I've got it on quietly. I can kind of hear it, and I saw it in the comments. And yeah, yeah, fair play, because he did score about 1 million goals against Norwich, didn't he? And always belter goals as well. So yeah, absolutely love him. We often hear, well, it was a conversation that was brought up, after Ronaldo returned to Manchester United, which Liverpool player would you like to bring back if it couldn't be, Gerrard? And for me, it has to be Luis Suarez. It has to be.
In his prime,
name, man. And
imagine.
Yeah, it's
imagine
just a shame.
Louis in here.
It's just a shame. It's just a shame, all the problems that he had in England, and during his career of with Patrice Evra, and of course the biting incident with Ivanovic, and for Uruguay on Chiellini too, because it was a really, really special player and he deserves to be up there with the greats. But I feel like people don't give him enough credit, opposition fans anyway, because the incidents that he had while he was in England. But for me, he's certainly a Premier League great, not just a Liverpool great.
Again, Gibson being a shithouse here, sliding in unnecessarily out of challenge on Kate Gordon that results in a free kick. Hopefully the young man's okay. He did collide with the advertising hoarding around the side of the pitch. A little bit of a limp, but it looks like he's okay. Yeah, it's been loads of love in the chat for Morton, which is great to see. And again, the Sky camera now pans to him. It's a very, very impressive display. You look at the size of him, like he's a small enough lad, but to be in there battling in midfield. Hendo's about to come on now for the last few minutes as well. Curtis Jones takes off the armband to give it to El Capitan, Jordan Henderson. So a straight swap there at midfield. Curtis Jones to be replaced by Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, and what a great moment for Curtis, Craig. On his 50th appearance for Liverpool at just 20 years old, to hold the armband there for a while. But yeah, he hands it over to Jurgen Klopp now. But yeah, I think all the youngsters have been very impressive today, bar that penalty that Conor Bradley gave away. I think he's been very good. Looks like he'll be getting a clean sheet as well. Kate Gordon has shown his brilliance at times and has been unlucky not to get a goal. And Tyler, since coming on, has had control, has been a fine tackler, and had a bit of everything in that midfield today. And yeah, some real good signs of the future for this football club.
Oh, lovely bit of play here midfield by Gilmore's. Norwich springing attack. They've got bodies in the box here. If Ida can get his head up straight at Caoimhín Kelleher. He's seen the headlines, Adam Ida. Tried to take it on himself. He had 3 Norwich players, including Timu Pukki, to his right-hand side. If he squares it, there's nothing that Caoimhín Kelleher could do, and it's a tap-in. But as it is, he's seen the headlines, tries to beat his international teammate, but Caoimhín Kelleher gets his body behind it, makes the save, and tries to keep that clean sheet that Jack was just speaking about. There's a tap-in there. If he gives it to Pukki or Rashika, there is a tap-in at the far post. But he went for the glory. Didn't work out. Still Liverpool 3-0 up. Yeah,
just coming now to the final stages of the game, Craig. Who would your man of the match be?
Oh, we don't give that out, Jack. That's a post-match reaction. We talk about that in the post. We have to entice people across, Jack. Leave the trail of breadcrumbs. We let people have their say. Now, we won't be doing the voting today, ladies and gents, because Connor's not here. We're on StreamYard, but we will do the man of the match. I don't like to give mine before I ask the chat, because you don't want to feel like we're steering people towards an answer. But it will be interesting to see what we think. And we will have a post-match reaction coming up straight after the game. But yeah, there's a lot to choose from, and again, some very impressive young performances tonight. And Klopp and Pep Linders and all the staff will be absolutely delighted with this, Jack.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. They have every right to be. It's been a controlled, dominant performance from the Reds. Yes, Norwich have had their chances, but we've been very good at the back. I think having that partnership of Konate and Gomez has really helped us defensively. I think Konate has had a very, very good performance. Kelleher has been good between the sticks, which has helped as well. And as I say, that penalty save came at the perfect time in the game when it could have easily turned in Norwich's favour. But yeah, there's been good performances all over the pitch. And the reason I asked you is because, I'm struggling to pick out one for man of the match today. And as Alan Thomas say, the only bad thing about this performance all round is my McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Well played, Alan. Well played, Jack, as well. Yeah, it has been impressive. And again, Conor Bradley was just on the break there, right hand side, and he had to be pulled back, booking there for Roop, the German player. And yeah, it's been an impressive night. And as you said, it could have gone a little bit hairy in the first half, but another good confidence building performance, Jack, for Queevy and Kelleher at the back, as well as you said, Canade, Morton, Bradley, and lots of the other, Kate Gordon and the other youngsters that took part today. Queevy and Kelleher, a lot of good work done by him, you know, especially snuffing out balls over the top, a couple of headers in real quick succession, clearances in the first half. And
you know what, now the Carabao Cup could do us a favour and give us, you know, a nice draw. There's a stat survey, you know, off the top of my head, but about how many Premier League clubs we've had in the domestic cup since Klopp's joined, and it's an awful lot. So hopefully the draw for the fourth round can be kind to us. So, you know, we can continue to play fringe players. We can go as far as possible in this competition, because you get we don't. I bet money on the fact we'll probably get, you know, a top 6 side in the next round. It's bound to happen.
So not Arsenal then, or Spurs. We're talking top 6. Not going off last season. No. Here's Origi. We've got 2 minutes of additional time, by the way, of which we've almost had one. What's this? Get into super chat. Hey Craig, hope you well. Watching That's Football. Ignore the hate idiots on purpose. Top lads from United fan. Mate, it's all good. Like, as I said before, thank you for the super chat. That's the only reason I'm reading the comment out about the That's Football thing. It's all good, man. There's no bad will from me. We sort of, again, I was messaging Mark earlier on today. All good on that front. We'll carry on doing our own thing, but I've got nothing but good things to say about the lads over there and the work that they do. So, yeah, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. We're the last 30 seconds of additional time here. As Jack and I said, we will have a post-match reaction show coming up. Give us 2 or 3 minutes for the stream to end. Jack's young bladder isn't like my old bladder. No doubt it will definitely need a pee with all that Capri Sun that you've been drinking, Jack. All that Capri Sun.
I'm looking for another one, to be honest. I only had the one. But yeah, I will need a little piddle after this. But yeah, I'm delighted, Craig. Delighted with his performance. And yeah, I've just seen as well, Brentford are now 7-0 up, City are 6-1 up. So just like the second round, there's been lots of goals round everywhere this evening. And we've put ourselves in that fourth round draw. So yeah, good performance all round. And it looks like we've capped it off with a clean sheet, haven't we, Craig?
We have indeed. Final whistle's gone. Sky gave their man of the match to Takumi Minamino. We want to know in our post-match show who you guys want to be vote for the Anfield Legend, the man of the match. Couple of contenders, as Jack has said. Don't forget, this show's been brought to you with thanks to our friends over at Ultima Fan. If you haven't downloaded the all-free, all-conquering Ultima Fan app, if you're age 18 plus in the UK or Ireland, you can use the link in our description below. That'll bring you there where you can win your part of a £300,000 prize pool completely free. Massive thank you to Mr. Jack 6-0 Gill. Massive thank you to you guys for watching as well. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes with a post-match reaction show. Drop a like on the old stream. Jack, any closing words before we head off?
Up the Reds!
Up the bleeding Reds. You love to see it, ladies and gents. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. The travelling copper in full voice there as the camera pans. Jurgen Klopp's men have found their way into the next round of the Carabao Cup. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Lots of love. See you soon.